and the panelists to turn on their Zoom video so that I can take a quick screenshot. One sec, I will just. Thank you very much. Just one more. Muthuswamy sir, Solai sir, please, can you turn on the video? Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. So before we start the proceedings, a very good morning to each and everyone present over here. I would like to welcome the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dayanand Sagar University, the Dean of Postgraduate Programs in Management, my faculty, colleagues, all my staff, my dear students, and on behalf of the founders and the management of the university, I welcome you all to the orientation of the Feb 2022 Executive MBA program. A very good morning to each and everyone present over here. Before we proceed further, I hope all the students are done with your online registrations. I also hope the Feb 2022 students present here are part of the WhatsApp group. In case any of you haven't or have joined late, I'll be sharing the T1 WhatsApp group link, from time to time so that we don't miss out on any of the late entrants. In case any of you are not part of the group, please reach out to us separately and we'll send you the links to join the group. So I guess we are pretty much good to go with the day's proceedings. And before we begin our session, we will have a short speech by our Dean, Professor Captain Nagaraj Subbarao. And before he takes the stage, let me share with you a short background about his incredible career. Professor Captain Nagaraj Subbarao, or Captain as we all call him, is a master mariner with a specialization in navigation, dredging technology, and ocean engineering. He holds an MBA and MPhil degree in human resource management with specializations in leadership and strategy from the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, USA. He has commanded state-of-the-art ships while in the Merchant Navy through a career spanning over 2 decades. He has also led teams through adverse conditions and has a wide international experience. He has worked the world over through Europe, China, Southwest, and Southeast Asia. For the past 13 years, he has been an academician as a professor of strategy, organization behavior, and human resource management. With senior administrative positions across academia, including that of a dean academics, he has also consulted in the areas of leadership, organization culture, and ocean engineering. He has worked on some of the largest engineering projects in the world, which includes the Palm Islands off the Dubai coast. He has commanded ships with multinational crews and has developed a deep understanding of team dynamics and issues which pertains to cross-cultural management. He has co-founded a marine consultancy over a decade ago, which has successfully advised a wide variety of organizations, both in India and abroad. He has also worked as a director of human resources in the IT and the ITES industry, as well as a major university. He writes extensively and is widely published in academic journals. His published case study in High Spirits was rated as the outstanding case study by a jury comprising IIM Lucknow, National HRD, Lucknow Management Association, SBI, and NTPC, and he was invited to present his case at IIM Lucknow. He's extremely popular in social media sites where his articles have a major fan following, a keen sportsman, and has played cricket and table tennis at the national junior level. You can't beat him on TT, nor you can win with him on any argument on world history. Ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, please welcome our Dean for MBA and Executive Education and the Professor of Organization Theory and Strategic Management at Dayanand Sagar University, Bengaluru. Over to you, Captain, sir.
Morning, Professor Rajan, and good morning, everybody. A warm welcome to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.N.B. Murthy, who's always supported and mentored not only me, but this program, my faculty colleagues, staff, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, dear students. Congratulations to all of you who have enrolled for this brilliant program. And why do I say that? So I'll get to the why part a little later, but fundamentally, when we started this program, we focused on 3 pillars. And those are faculty. You can look at the array of faculty that we have. Some of them are not present here because they're taking part in other activities as we speak. But we have faculty, we follow what is called as the pixelated model, where we have deep subject matter expertise for every course that is taught here. So you will not see probably a faculty teaching more than one course because they come with great subject matter expertise and depth of knowledge, which is very important. Our curriculum is broad-based and follows current best practices. We have brought in what is going on in the real world into our curriculum, and we sort of revise it very frequently to keep in touch with industry and what's happening in the wider world. Our pedagogy is, again, based on what some of the top universities across the world follow. So we have a mix of lectures, assignments that will test you, as well as great case studies that are sourced and readings that are sourced again from around the world to test your problem solving and decision making skills and improve them as you sort of circle back to industry after the program. But fundamentally, the question that you need to ask yourself is, why are you here? And let's look at what is happening in the world at the moment, which is pretty volatile and confused, to say the least, and probably even more so because of the pandemic that we find ourselves in. So amongst the world's most valuable companies today are Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, and Alphabet. What sets these companies apart? Aside from Tesla, which owns gigafactories, these digital natives use knowledge, talent, subscriber networks, and innovation as their key assets. This is unlike what happened in the 20th century. And what were those companies? General Electric, US Steel, General Motors, Ford, ExxonMobil, Coca-Cola, IBM. These were some of the largest companies in the world that existed. But today, at a rough estimate, many of the later industrial giants are much larger in market capitalization than what happened in the last century or so. And these companies that have sort of gone into history relied generally on land, buildings, machines, warehouses, physical infrastructure, which doesn't seem to be of any great importance anymore. So in short, the world is changing. So how is it changing? And specifically, how have we captured these changes in the curriculum that we have for this executive MBA program? So let's look at corporate finance. Corporate finance defines the boundary of a company based on physical assets, land, building, warehouse, factories, machines, inventory, and patents. Based on expected risks and returns, it then determines the optimal way of financing from those assets using a mix of debt and equity. Planning is based on measures such as return on assets, payback period, and the internal rate of return, all things that you will come across. But what's happening in the new framework and in the new world? A new framework is required to define the real asset base of a company by including the soft assets, which have not been captured thus far, which are now the predominant asset class for a company, but are excluded from financial calculations like brands, first mover advantage, information technology, talent, and competitive strategy, the differentiators. Some of these assets don't even legally belong to a company. For example, Facebook's network of 2 billion users or more, or teams of talented marketers and scientists promising research and knowledge of customers' characteristics don't even belong to the organization. In addition, there are physical assets that help firms generate revenues, but they don't own, such as cars and homes for Uber and Airbnb. So we live in a changing world, and accounting practices have changed, and they are brought into the classroom for you. We talk about marketing. Marketing has been one of the main pillars of organizations thus far. And it has been probably the strongest pillar. We talk about the 4 Ps: place, price, product, and promotion, and they use the world over. However, digital natives sell information services that are produced instantaneously, distributed over the internet, either given to users for free or priced based on real-time auctions. Many are never advertised. So again, marketing as we have understood it has undergone a change. And does it figure in our classrooms? Of course it does. Production and operations management has been a fascinating area, and I also include supply chain management. So when we talked about production and operations management in the past, you talked about an optimal mix of raw materials, inventory, planning, and orderly movements of goods, the supply chain or the logistics part of it. A key distinction between physical products and services is that there is a long timeline of raw materials, procurement, production, etc., which sort of has changed. But what has really changed, and how do we teach these courses in the classroom? You will notice that many of our professors come with a technical background. They come with an engineering degree, advanced engineering degrees, and are able to bring in the technology part of management to many of our programs. Human resources have undergone a sea change. The administrative part of it has gone. People don't want to be managed anymore. People want to be coached, mentored, and guided. Today, we are struggling with how to retain talent and how to recruit great talent and keep them in place. The command and control structure, the hierarchical organization structures have all gone. And we need to look at human resource management through a new paradigm. Accounting. So as William Bruce Cameron said, not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. And it's very important to look at, say, the mark-to-market concept of accounting, something that has been used extensively in the United States, but not so much in India. What does it mean in projecting profits into the future based on the potential of an organization? So these are great ways of sort of approaching a management qualification. So having said all this, you will sort of encounter subjects probably that you have never seen or heard of before. And how do you deal with this? You will deal with this by sort of staying connected with the program, attending classes regularly, approaching your assignments very seriously, and staying in touch with our professors. Let me very gently caution you that this program is going to test you. This program is going to change you, and this program is hopefully going to make you a better manager as you return to the work world after 17 months. I will come back to what I started with, the quality of our professors, the main pillar that we rest upon, and they're always available for you to touch base with and contact. Please stay closely in touch with them, learn from them. They are some of the best that any educational institution has in probably the whole country. So stay closely connected, learn a great deal, and you will get immense support from not only our faculty, but also my support staff who are there to help you navigate your way through this program. So on that note, I once again welcome all of you to this wonderful program, and I wish you well and a bon voyage. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words. I would like to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor to speak a few words to all of you. But before that, if you allow me, sir, please, I consider it my privilege to say a few words about your amazing career. Professor K.N. Balasubramanya Murthy is currently the Vice Chancellor of Dayananda Sagar University, Bengaluru. He holds a bachelor's degree in Electrical Power Engineering from Amarnath College of Engineering, then affiliated to the University of Mysore. He's done his master's degree in Electrical Engineering from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and a PhD in Computer Science and Engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. He's worked as a research specialist in parallel computing at New Mexico State University, Las Cruces, USA during August 98 and January 1999. Formerly, Dr. KNB Murthy was the Vice Chancellor of PES University and Director, Principal of PES Institute of Technology, Bengaluru. He worked at East West Institute of Technology, Bengaluru as its founder, director, principal, and a faculty at Malnad College of Engineering. Briefly, he has worked in Analytic Systems Private Limited as a member technical grade and grade 1, and Lyle Technology Partners India Private Limited as a software architect. He is currently a member of Karnataka State Higher Education Council, the chairman of Board for IT Education Standards, Government of Karnataka, the chairman of Ranganathan Center for Information Studies, academic senate member of IIIT Dharwad, ombudsman at IIIT Bengaluru, academic advisory board member of KS Group of Institutions, advisory member of Don Bosco Group of Institutions, and governing council member of Cambridge Group of Institutions. He's also served as a member of academic committees of Visvesvaraya Technological University, Belgaum, academic council member of Vailtech University, Chennai, BOG member of Sandeep University, Nashik. He has also been recognized, approved as a NAC assessor and headed the peer team visits. He is a recipient of CM Nagaraj Memorial Award 2018 for his immense contribution to higher education sector, which is instituted by the East-West Group of Institutions. He has an overall experience of over 3 decades in teaching, training, research, administration, and industry. Over to you, sir, and very good morning to you as well.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. I take this opportunity to thank the organizers for inviting me to be a part of this inaugural event. I am present here to extend a warm welcome to each one of you. In my understanding, it is a special day because you are embarked on a new journey on educating yourself further in the lifetime. Therefore, it's a humbling experience to talk to you on this important day. It's important for all of us to understand that Executive MBA program is a professional program. Therefore, it requires a lot of personal discipline and personal sacrifice, mainly because it requires lots of planning and lots of hard work to reach the kind of target that you're going to set for yourself. This is also a day where you can thank whomsoever has motivated you to continue your educational journey. Maybe your parents, friends, relatives, spouse, who have contributed to your success. It's extremely important for all of you to remember your success is their joy and dream. They deserve your gratitude. And this is the 11th batch of Executive MBA at Dayanand Sagar University. As for this particular program is concerned, I'm sure this is a program which is slightly different from the regular MBA program, because the purpose of this particular program is to understand the important facets of management. Second, this program has considered the students' professional experience, because all the students have come with professional experience and the background. Therefore, their experience is also considered. Expertise is also considered to be the integral part of the curriculum. Therefore, it's necessary for all of us to understand Executive MBA program is not for any degree per se. However, it's more about improving the knowledge levels of applying the management principles in an organization. if you look at the overall genesis of the management education, I think all of us remember that this was started by Frederick Taylor. Of course, he's an American mechanical engineer. It dates back to 1911. What exactly he did is he used a scientific way of enhancing the performance of workers by applying what is called as principles of scientific management. And therefore, the ideas are normally called as Taylorism. That's the reason we say tailor-made. Tailor-made basically means it's being fine-tuned to the requirements. And if you carefully look at the overall things that management education has seen, although it started in 1911, but the real impact was seen in 1980s and 90s, where management has gained lots of importance and it started gaining the significant position. Again, thanks to Professor C.K. Prahalad and Michael Porter from Harvard University, they started identifying the core competencies and strategic intent of management program, particularly in the wake of the dot-com boom that happened in 1980s and 90s. And that's where the management education started gaining a lot of importance. If you carefully look at the changes that are happening in the recent past, as Captain rightly indicated, there's a tremendous paradigm shifts that are happening. Around the 1990s, education institutions were focusing more on admissions, which is in other words, enrollment. Enrollment was a focus in the 90s. In 2010, about 20 years, the focus has shifted from enrollment to employment. Means employment is going to be the key. Next 20 years, if 2030s, education focus will be on building an enterprise. Meaning, the student going out to the portals of a university or institute needs to go out with an idea to start an enterprise. That will be the focus or the paradigm shift that's going to happen. The second paradigm shift that's also happening, if you carefully observe, we are moving from problem of empty to problem of plenty now. Means earlier, we did not have too much of things to choose. Therefore, we were struggling with the problem of empty, not much. But now we have plenty where lots of things are available. You need to choose the right kind of thing from the abundant sources or resources that we have. I'm telling you this in particular context to the knowledge. Because earlier, the information about any topic was rarely available. It was hard to find. Now, there's so much of information available, you need to choose from that. In other words, present day's scenario or case is that knowledge is free, but you cannot use it directly. Therefore, it's necessary for you to curate the knowledge, to assimilate the knowledge, to apply that knowledge. Now, the important concept now is curation, assimilation, and application. That's where the paradigm shift that's happened. The second thing that's also paradigm shift that you could see is that we are moving from generalized education to personalized education. Probably going forward, it's going to be customized through customized content also, where a student can take the content from multiple sources and design their own curriculum and move forward. That's the way in which the entire education system is moving. I'm sure the NEP, the new education policy, has also provided enough provisions for some of these things to be incorporated. And at this point of time, the education is going through the complex disruption. Complex disruption mainly because of the technology evolution. Technology is getting into every aspect of life, every walk of life. Therefore, it is necessary for understanding this technology and using this technology in every walk of life, be it engineering, be it social science, be it management education, be it anything. It's necessary to use technology. And the other thing that's also happened of late is that the job scenario is also changing slowly. What is that that's happening? One thing that's been seen, there's a socio-economic transformation or polarization that's happening. It's also been predicted that 65% of the jobs, of the existing jobs, will be replaced, or more or less they may vanish. 50% of the jobs get automated. Thereby, the future will create newer opportunities, which requires a different kind of approach and different kind of mindset and different kind of skill sets. I'm sure the education that you're going to get at the Hn Shankar University would cover all these aspects. Probably the faculty would, with lots of industry experience, professional experience, will tell you what are the things to be done. It appears uh, uh, there are changes that are happening in three important things. One is work. Second is the workforce. The third one is the workplace. Work, workforce, and workplace go through tremendous change. The other paradigm shift that I also see at this point of time is we are making a transition or making a shift from a single job in a single organization is more or less being replaced by multiple job careers over multiple organizations. This is the kind of thing that's going to happen. I think in every aspect of this, the management education plays a role, and education has some contributions to me. I'm sure the kind of education that you're going to get here would give you enough information to build high.
So we're not able to
I hope
hear.
I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Now, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure the faculty would give you the kind of inputs required to handle the new age complexities or new age disruptions in an effective way. I wish each one of you best of luck, and also thank all of you for reposing faith in the Hn Shankar University to pursue your executive MBA program. I wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Um, We will next have the faculty introduction segment. So management programs in India are as old as the dinosaur, or so it seems. However, at Dayanand Sagar University, we believe that in a management program that is not only current, but a curriculum that is superbly crafted and taught by a galaxy of professors who are both scholarly and proficient in practice. Organizations today are desperately in need of young men and women who are problem solvers and decision makers. At Dayanand Sagar University Executive MBA, you'll be tutored and mentored by professors who are friendly and approachable. Dayananda Sagar University postgraduate programs in management prides in the fact that we have the most amazing faculty and university anyone can dream of. And you will not find this kind of a mix anywhere else. And that's why we call them our dream team. And these incredible faculty form the backbone of our program, and they have earned their solid reputation from nothing less than the IITs, the IIMs, the MITs to the SD Boconis, the MITs, the Hult Business School, and such incredible pedigree of world-class institutions. I would next like to present to you our faculty with whom you all will be engaging with as you navigate through your various trimesters. I'll be calling upon the names of our distinguished faculty one by one, and they can unmute their video and audio and introduce themselves.
Dr.
But
Rajan,
before, yes, sir.
yeah, I would, before you start and use, I would like to sort of recognize the presence of our mentor, Professor K. Jairaj, IAS,
Sure, sir.
formerly the Chief Secretary to the government, and also now to the Advisor Board, Dayanand Sagar University. Good morning, sir, and thank you so much for being here. Your presence.
Good morning, Captain. Greetings to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, to all the esteemed faculty and those who are joining the exciting program. Wish you all the best. And go ahead, Professor Rajan. Thank you, Captain.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Very good morning to you. Sorry, I didn't see you. My bad. I was just, going through the proceedings of the day. But very good morning, sir, and a very warm welcome from all of us, sir. I would be calling upon the names of our distinguished faculty one by one, and they can unmute their videos and audios and introduce themselves. I would request all our faculty to keep the introductions very short for the shortage of time. Please restrict it to maximum a minute or so, and that would be really great. Yeah. So I would like to introduce Professor Aj Krishnan to, sir, very good morning to you, and please, yeah.
Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the prestigious program. It is going to be very useful for you. I am Aj Krishnan, Chartered Accountant, Cost Accountant, and Company Secretary by qualification. And first half of my career, I have worked in companies like Kirloskar Toyota and MTR Foods Limited as their CFO and Company Secretary. And later part, I have been practice consulting. So my experience is both the teaching and practical. I would like to share all my experience with you. And only one word of advice is, like Captain mentioned, please attend all the classes. Please be very interactive with the faculty. We will take you through. That's my promise, and all the best again.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Krishna Kumar Rao, please. Sir, very good morning to you.
Good morning to all of you. Very briefly, I'm PhD in marketing and eternal learner. Am I audible, sir?
Very much, sir. Very much.
Yeah. Oh, I'm right now again a student doing another doctorate, this time in customer engagement management. And I am Calcutta alumnus and international certification in coaching, mentoring, neuro-linguistic program, etc. Over 2 decades of experience in multiple domains, multiple countries as CEO and director, and more than a decade in teaching executive MBA, PGDM. And I really thank my friend and mentor, Captain Nagaraj Rao, for seeing me where I am. And I'm proud to say that I'm very shortly reaching half a century, 50 batches in strategic management, handling in various places, and equally large number of batches in marketing programs. One thing I would like to tell you as I'm eternal thing is you have done as everybody as customers, we are looking for a right place, a right product, and a right price. You've got all of them rolled into our executive MBA. And as an eternal learner, let me tell you, it is tough, it is demanding. So you have all come with your ears and eyes wide open. And let's not say anytime during your 17 months that work pressure, etc., and put all of them away. And let's come back to student life and be attentive. And as my faculty colleagues say, we're all here to take care of you, but then you should be willing to be taken care of. So all the best. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Srinivas Padmanabhuni, please. Srinivas, sir, very good morning to you.
Good morning. Welcome, everyone. And I think you are, like you said, at the right place, hopefully getting the right value for your career. And I myself have been professional, mostly in the area of AI and data science. So as all of you know, we have heard a lot about the change happening in the industry, primarily driven by digital, right? So you're sort of talking about digital transformation of the way we carry out our work in business. And at the forefront of that is AI. So my specialization has been AI for last 30 years, BTech, MTech, PhD, all in AI. And my only advice to all of you is please, be as tech savvy as possible, because today technology is what is going to be the differentiating element in any business. And so as contributors to your respective businesses, you can stay ahead of the curve, like we were told about automation taking away jobs, but at the same time, it creates new jobs, and the new jobs are in the domain of intersection of technology and business. So the second element I would like to say is, like our predecessor said, lifelong learning. Don't be afraid of learning lifelong and imbibe technology. That's my advice. And I think you come to the right place, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to call upon Dr. Nisha Goel. Dr. Nisha has a class immediately after this. So yeah, Nisha ma'am, very good morning to you, and yeah, over to you.
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah. So first of all, good morning to everyone, and welcome to the DSU family. I'm Dr. Nisha Goel, and I'm working as an assistant professor in the finance domain. My specialization is finance, moreover to behavioral finance. I have completed my PhD in 2017 from Malviya National Institute of Technology. And my research interest is corporate finance, behavioral finance, and right now I'm working on blockchain also. Since we know, as Professor Padmanabhuni, I heard he was talking about the technology and all. So definitely this is a area where, more and more research and work is required, and more and more learning, understanding is there. So right now I'm teaching international finance management. I've taken the subject like mergers and acquisitions, security analysis and portfolio management, and right. I published a few papers in international journals like ABDC Rank Journal and the Scopus Index journals. My work has been cited by international and national authors, like I would say, across the world. Approximately 450 citations I've got from my work till now. And yeah, so far, I believe in the sincerity and the dedication is the two things where you can achieve anything. If you are sincere for your work, and yeah, that's it from my side. Once again, welcome to you all for this executive education program. And I'm sure you're gonna have a wonderful time as well as a lot of learning during this course. All the best to all of you. Best wishes from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Muthuswamy Sai Baba, please. Sir, very good morning and over to you.
You're on mute, sir.
Okay, in the meantime, I would like to invite Professor Karunakara Kudupu, please. Professor, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Rajan. You're able to hear me?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay, one second. Good morning to everyone. My name is Karunakar. I'm basically an engineer from NIT, Surathkal, and management education from IFT Delhi. With long experience, I have gained a lot of momentum, which I want to share as much as possible. That's the purpose I am teaching. And the beauty is when I'm teaching, I'm also learning. And I will be part of the faculty of marketing specialization. In case any one of you take marketing specialization, I'll be teaching the consumer behavior and marketing research. For all of you who are joining Executive MBA, my hearty congratulations for two things. One is you are with the best institute as far as my assessment goes. And the second, you have taken a step which is most important for your career growth as well as for your future. But my only humble request is, please do not take this lightly. This is a postgraduate program where spoon feeding is not there. You have to devote your time and energy, and the rest will follow. The rest will follow because the institutional infrastructure and the best faculty are available to you. All the best. See you sometime later. Thank you.
May I?
Yes, sir.
May I
Next,
speak?
yes, sir. Next, I'd like to invite upon Dr. Muthuswamy Sai Baba. And sir, over to you and very good morning as well.
Oh, thanks a lot. I'll be slightly different. Guys, from a global finance perspective, the principles of pre-COVID COVID period are undergoing a paradigm shift, mainly because during COVID, all the central banks of the world have adopted bond buying or quantitative easing program to inject liquidity into the system, which was beyond imagination at one point of time. Fed has started tapering. Bond real yields are really negative and likely to persist for some more time because of the Ukraine crisis. Thanks a lot for that. Imagine Fed rates being 0.08% and inflation at 7% in US and similarly in Europe, with the exception of China and few other countries. Chinese yuan is in the basket of currencies of IMF's SDR. Central banks all over the world have hinted at raising the rates over a period of 2 years, 25 basis points periodically. What does this mean to us? It's an exciting period for us to embark upon a new career and grab the opportunities. All countries are having unprecedented ballooning debt levels. Buffett's market cap to GDP ratio seems to have gone into oblivion across all the world markets. The world events are getting interconnected. Imagine 120 crores of vaccinations, Indian-made or administered, with no fatalities and sought after in many parts of the world. American Pfizer vaccine, modern Russian Sputnik, Chinese Sinopharm, Indian Covaxin, AstraZeneca Covishield. With all these things, you'll be surprised. A small unknown firm in India, in Hyderabad, is coming out with Corbevax. You'll be surprised. The Guardian of America has published a beautiful review on that, saying that it's going to be a game changer in terms of both cost and scalability. Look, we all have been talking about what called level playing field, but these small people have turned the tables, right? Digital technologies are going to provide platform for seamless integration across globe. The list is endless, seemingly different. Future is going to be challenging and exciting. You and your generation millennials are going to be the part of this challenging game. It depends upon the way you engage with us. The Kashmir poet has said, Hetur na hetuvaha, talks about seamless integration in Sanskrit. The Bible the Matthew says, everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it is opened. Now, guys, it's up to you to ask the right question. Let me at this juncture to conclude a little. The current managing director, Soumitra Bhattacharya, was then the general manager finance in Titan. And when we exported jewelry for the first time, etc., he made a presentation and we broke one sapphire worth 10,000, very expensive those days. But at that time, the general manager finance, Subramaniam, was there, who was heading the finance. He asked one question. He said, what is that thing you learned this? What is that thing you learned from this activity? That's very important. He called the purchase manager, the marketing manager, and the production manager, nothing. And he said, why don't you document it and learn? So why I'm trying to tell this is that ask the right question and challenge us. We'll be looking forward to a positive and dynamic engagement. God bless you all. Together we can add value to ourselves and for future generations to come. Thanks a lot. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Rajat Rashmi. Ma'am, very good morning and over to you.
Good morning, Professor. I'm going to be teaching you corporate law, ethics, and social responsibility. And I'm really fond of this subject. I'm a chartered accountant by profession and also an internationally trained trainer. And teaching and training is really very important for me. It's what I do all the time. I have actually seen 10 batches go by, and I see, it's the energy that you give to the course is what you get back. And with the kind of professors and teachers that you have here, I think you can make a huge difference to your life forever. So please take this course very seriously and congratulations. So there is a concept of learning and then doing, learning by doing. This is learning while doing for you all, right? So everything that you learn, you can actually go out and apply the concepts. So see you all in the classroom and good luck to all of you. Thanks so much, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Alok Chakravarthy, please. Professor Alok, over to you and a very good morning as well. Okay, in the meantime, okay. Yeah, go on, Professor
Rajan. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I would like to first welcome all the students. And this is definitely a great platform to, take your career to the next level. Okay, that is how you have come here. And I am basically teaching here business analytics. I come from the industry. I've spent around 20 years in the IT industry. Was with organizations like IBM, Siemens, Wipro, and ITC. And so what I've noticed is that decision making has a lot of data-driven component. And it's going to be the increasing trend. Okay, so that goes without saying. So whether you choose business analytics as your major or minor specialization, definitely take this opportunity. You have many professors of great credentials out here who can help you, and we have associations with platforms like Data IQ. It's an American US product-based company. It's a machine learning platform company which has tied up with us. So take advantage of these resources, and hopefully we will meet very soon. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Anand Pofli, please. Sir, very good morning and over to you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Anand. I'm basically an IT professional and management consultant. By education, I am a master's in computer science and MBA finance. I've spent close to 3 decades in academia and industry, 28 years in industry globally, working for companies like Zurich Financial Services, Larsen & Toubro, AIG, Emphasis. My interests are in, as you know, in finance and IT and HR. For executive MBA, I will come in picture in T4, maybe earlier. I will be, my interest lies in performance management. So I'll be teaching you performance management, which is a cross section of HR and business strategy. So I look forward to talking to you. So.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Professor Hari Ambadapudi, please.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, sir.
Yeah, thank you. And apologies for not being able to put on my video. Connection is a bit cranky here today. But once again, respected faculty and dear students, a warm welcome today. I'm Professor Hari. I teach project management and supply chain management courses for MBA and exec MBA students. A bit of background about me. I am an alumni of IIT Kanpur with 2 decades of experience in the areas of supply chain and project management. In the past, I worked with firms like Tata, GE, and IBM in my past roles, and worked with almost all major consulting companies like McKinsey, Etikan, BCG, etc. at various stages of my career. Currently, I'm a director, Strategic Value Advisory Services in Coupa. It's a business and management firm headquartered in California, USA. I'm extremely honored to be associated with DSU and looking forward to speaking to you all. And one thing I would like to strongly urge, please take the program very seriously and meet all the timelines. Getting the most of the ROI totally lies with you all. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Professor Hn Shankar, please. He's the youngest member of the faculty. Shankar, sir, over to you.
Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Welcome to all of you. Quickly, my background is engineering, electrical, worked for companies starting with Siemens, BHL, where I took to IT as a career, implementing organization-wide IT, starting with even educating people in the use of IT. I was corporate faculty in BHL. My longest career was in HCL Technology, where I worked for 14 years. When I joined HCL, my employee code was 176. How early I joined is great. I was also president, CEO, director, and board of an Indo-Danish joint venture before I started my own company. Then I worked with Tech Mahindra on several projects of BT. And I was involved in cloud transformation services in Techem after I retired. I enjoyed teaching, and my management education happened in BHL. 2 years we are, taken through all the subject. Now, one thing I have learned in life, my advice, which Captain put it very clearly, we are in a changing world. What was a way of doing, like financial accounting example, today many of the assets don't even figure in balance sheet. Okay, so we are measuring wrong parameters, and try to, but that's going to change. We are in a world which is full of flux, and learning has to become a way of life. If you have to we all have to adopt, constantly keep learning. Physically, I need to breathe to be alive. Mentally, to be alive, I need to be learning all the time. That should be the motto. Only that can guarantee success. And future is going to be, there is nothing going to be like a retired life. You got to work through life. It's like in nature, you don't find retired lion or a tiger. You got to hunt to live. Otherwise, you're gone. So my today I'm deeply involved along with Alok in business analytics. We work together. I also enjoy teaching. That's where it is. And this I consider, though learning is part of life, we all learn by self. Being part of DSU right now is it's an intervention where we do course correction, put you on the right path to the future. Having said that, welcome all of you. You're in a great institute. Thanks for this opportunity, Captain, and all the other involved really. Thank you. Wish you all the best.
Sir. Thank you very much, sir. I would next like to call upon Professor Solai Bhaskaran, please. Solai, sir, good morning and over to you. Okay, next, I'd like to call upon Professor Chandrasekhar PK, please.
Good morning.
Sir, good morning.
To my...
Solai, sir, good morning. Yeah. Sir, you're breaking.
Yeah. Good morning. Greetings. There's a network problem. Can I switch off my mobile? Sorry, video. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sure.
Am I audible, Professor Rajan, now?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Loud and clear.
Yeah. Greetings to all my leadership team and welcome the students who really joined. And I must congratulate each and every student. You've chosen the right university, which is really taking care of all the emerging needs of management education. And coming to my profile, you know that this VUCA world, every industry has to keep creating distinctive competitive advantage and sustain that competitive advantage for, taking care of growing the business and surviving the hyper-tech kind of competition. So the HR also plays one major important role. HR is not only a transactional. HR has to become a big source of competitive advantage for taking the business to the next level. With that in background, I'll be teaching you soon, in the first semester itself, your HRM subject. As far as my profile is concerned, I'm of IIT Delhi with a PhD from IIT Delhi in management. I'm also a lawyer. Currently, I'm holding two positions. One, I'm your faculty. I'm a professor at Dayana University. I'm also CEO of big industries like crushing, mining. And so I will be able to bring in a lot of industry experience coupled with academic scholarship to you. And I wish you all the best. And like all my senior colleagues highlighted, please take this program seriously. The rigor will be there. You have to cooperate with academic rigor. Together, all the faculty, yourself and myself, few words. We look forward to see you in the semester soon. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Chandrasekhar PK, please. Sir, good morning and over to you.
Good morning to you, sir, and good morning, everybody who are present here. And congratulations to all of you, dear students. You have chosen Hn Shankar University to pursue your careers and learn and grow, which is internal to everybody, as you all understand. Okay, my name is Chandrasekhar, and I'm an alumnus from Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar, and come with 25 plus years of industry experience, having worked in such large companies as ITC and also the global companies such as Gallup Consulting. Okay, here, and I was also an entrepreneur for some time, and for the last 7-8 years, I'm into academics, teaching HRM related subjects. Specifically at Hn Shankar University, I teach a subject what's called as the compensation management. As you all understand, as employees, that your salaries are important. So what you will know in this subject is that you will discover that why are you paid, what are you paid, what you are paid. Okay, so that's what we will be discussing. And I come into teaching at the term 4, and as the earlier professors have said that please take this course really seriously, and you'll if you want to really excel, you'll have to put in a lot of efforts. And as you all understand as employees, that there is no gain if there is no pain. Okay, so put in the best of the efforts and learn and grow. And at DSU, we will help you to grow in your life as well, apart from in your careers as such. Let me take this opportunity to wish you all the very best. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Srinivas Iyengar, please.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Professor Rajan. My name is Srinivas Iyengar. Basically, I'm a chartered accountant by qualification. But last 23 years, I've been into information and technology, specifically focusing on healthcare. Initially, first few years, I was doing a lot of programming on COBOL, Delphi, Clipper, Java, and worked on different databases. I was a database administrator for some time. But in the last 15 years, I've been focusing on domain. As Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said earlier, when they were buying Nuance, that AI is the most important technology and healthcare is its urgent need. I'm working on these two areas where AI meets healthcare. So last 5-6 years, I've been focusing on emerging deep tech including artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and other emerging technologies like edge computing. So I hold two positions. Very happy to be part of Dayanand Sagar University as an adjunct professor. I'm really loving it. Last 3 years working with all the professors and students. And at the same time, I also work for Happiest Minds as vice president, and I'm responsible for running the healthcare business for Happiest Minds. And currently I'm working on neurodegenerative diseases, doing the brain-computer mapping using artificial intelligence. Thanks so much. And I look forward talking to you all and working closely with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Amarnath K, please. Sir, very good morning and over to you.
Yeah, good morning, Professor. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Good morning to the faculty, the management, and good morning, students. Welcome to Dayanand Sagar University. So, as everybody told, you have chosen a wise decision to join Dayanand Sagar University for your MBA programs. So, I am also an alumni of Dayanand Sagar College, as it was called, with the erstwhile Bangalore University about 33 years ago. So, I am a statistician by profession. I have done my master's, MPhil, and my PhD is a pseudo mix of statistics and management. So that's the background I hold. And I have been working in various spheres, like in the area of research, I can say economic research. So I was with Institute for Social and Economic Change, helping the social scientists do number crunching. After that, I moved as a product manager with SPSS, which was later purchased by IBM. Spent some time with IBM, then I moved to many startups. Currently, I'm a chief research officer with a company known as Ambertag Analytics. We work in the area of retail and healthcare. So I mentor, or under me about 50 data scientists work. So we work in the various spheres of whatever I call retail and healthcare. So I mainly work in the area of computer vision these days. At Dayanand Sagar University, I teach business analytics and statistics. As every professor mentioned, yes, you have to put a lot of time here. At least I say that 2 hours per day is very much essential to just be with the program. The time you spend up to 2 years, 2 hours per day, you should really work hard with regard to this thing. And thing like, please be aware of current things. Since you are doing a management program, reading a newspaper is also very much essential here. So because you have to connect with many things. If you don't know about business, what about health, about general things which are going around you, those are the things which you should be aware. Not just stick to seeing something on a social media or something like that. So no, why I'm saying this is like, if you are aware of many things, especially doing your projects and all, so it becomes very much important here. You cannot say that, no, I'm not aware of this thing, I cannot connect to that things and all. So that is very much essential here. Welcome once again. So as I was very much part of Dayanand Sagar College at one part of time, you have chosen a right place to start your MBA education. So welcome all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Rashmi Garg, please. Rashmi ma'am, good morning and over to you.
Thank you, Professor Rajan. Good morning, everybody. So a warm welcome to all the students. I'm Professor Rashmi, having a background in IT with main focus area being Python, programming in AI and ML. So a saying goes, tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. This is from Benjamin Franklin. So with this, I want to welcome again to all the students and wish all the very best. So I'll be taking the Python subject for you all. So looking forward to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Sriramu, please. Sriramu, sir, good morning and over to you.
Good morning, Professor Rajan. Good morning, everybody. Very good morning to all new students, new batch of students. My apologies, video, I'm not able to turn it on because of bandwidth limitation. I'm Sriram. I basically hold an MTech degree from IIT Bombay. I worked close to around 33 plus years, still continuing. And I'm an adjunct faculty in Dayanand Sagar University. I basically teach subjects at the intersection of technology and business. Okay, whether it is something to do with analytics, it is something to do with IT management related topics. So wherever technology and business related subjects, so teaching those things and sharing my little bit of knowledge, whatever I have shared so far, whatever I have gained so far with the students has become my new passion. And thanks to DSU, I found my new passion, which wasn't there earlier with me. I used to work with only industries. I welcome all of you. This is a very, very intensive course. Once again, many people might have spoken to you on this. Okay, so please be ready and ready to share your experiences also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor of Marketing, Professor Indranil Ganguly, please. Good morning and over to you, Professor Indranil.
Thank you, Professor Rajan. Good morning to everybody, especially to the students. Welcome on board. You're in one of the best executive programs you will find anywhere near here. I can assure you that. I've been personally associated with the course and DSU for a little less than 2 years now. I work as I'm adjunct faculty. So a little bit about my background. I have an overall of 27 years of experience, 21 of which was spent in the corporate in various sales management and sales leadership roles in companies like HCL Tech, CSC, Tata Communications, HP, etc. And then I started my own entrepreneurial setup. We do executive search and corporate training. It's called Pragmatica Consultants. So that's the other hat I wear apart from interacting with people like you. I generally come in the 4th trimester, wherein I take social media marketing, and we have lots of fun in that course because it's very, very experiential, and you share your experiences, I share my experiences, and we have a very involved course driven by case studies and a lot of industry discussions. So welcome on board once again, and wish you all the best for your next 15 months with DSU. Bye.
Thank you, Professor. Next, I'd like to call upon Dr. Amulya Panda, please. Amulya, sir, very good morning and over to you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Students, a very warm welcome on board to the Executive MBA program. This is Amulya Panda here. Academically, I hold a PhD degree from IIT Madras. In about 3 decades of my professional career, I had the opportunity to work for both academics and industry, including for some of the most admired MNCs like General Electric and Kone Elevators. I have majorly worked in the areas of quality, operations, Lean Six Sigma, product and process innovation. As an adjunct professor at DSU, I will be teaching and sharing my experience on operations management, which is my passion. I promise it will be an exciting course. Looking forward to see you in the classes. Welcome once again. Wishing you all the very successful MBA journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Hari Prakash Karchela. Professor Hari Prakash Karchela is a professor of marketing, and sir, warm welcome and good morning to you, sir.
Very good morning to all the respected faculty of DSU, and a warm welcome to all the new students of Executive MBA. My name is Hari Prakash, and I'm here to actually associate with your batch in the semester 4 in the advertising and integrated marketing communications. My background is I have been in the industry in sales and marketing roles in companies like MRF to start my career. Then later on, I was with Tata Motors, Seat Tires, and finally I retired at the age of 55 from Valvoline Cummins as Vice President Marketing there. Then post my retirement, I have been actively associated with academics teaching in business schools like the new IIMs and IMTs as guest faculty, and visiting faculty in the Bangalore-based business schools. So I'm excited to be your resource faculty for this exciting course of advertising and integrated marketing communications. Advertising is one subject which everybody loves, and then there is a lot of interactions, and I urge you all to be absolutely interactive during the class sessions. And then since you are all working professionals, I know you will be sailing 2 boats and it's not easy, but give the education part also its due time and what you call attention, so that you gain a lot from this 2 years of and 15 months of this course. See you soon in the classrooms, either on the screen or in person very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Sanjay Kotiswaran, please. He teaches Trimester 4. Sanjay, sir, good morning and over to you.
Yeah, so good morning. And first of all, let me thank you for choosing DSU. I've been associated with DSU for 2 batches now. I teach product management. I spent 23 years with SAP, primarily in the area of product management. I was one of the global heads for product management in SAP. And I'm also a fellow member of the International Software Product Management Association. I'm one of the 3 fellow members from India contributing to the product management body of knowledge. I'm very happy to be associated with you and share my experience and knowledge. And more importantly, my only advice to you would be have fun and enjoy the course. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Ramesh Nagasamudram. So Professor Ramesh will be teaching you students in Trimester 1. He's a professor of marketing, and you'll be seeing very soon. You'll be seeing him in your next session very soon. Yeah. So, sir, good morning and over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Rajan. Yeah, so good morning to you all. And let me begin by saying it's a smart decision, a good move and perfect timing to all of you. You couldn't have chosen all the 3 perfectly well than what you did today. As you just mentioned, I'll see you very soon. I'll see you possibly in your very first class or on the second day. I will be teaching you basic marketing management. I come with an engineering, marketing, and global entrepreneurship background. I hope to put all of this in practice, and let's have interactive sessions, and you finally benefit from this exercise. See you all, and all the very best.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Jitendra Patri. Jitendra, sir, very good morning and over to you.
Good morning, Professor Rajan. Thank you so much, and good morning, everybody. My name is Professor Jitendra Patri, and I take a course on entrepreneurship management. Before this, I was till about 2018 with the corporate sector, heading marketing, loyalty, and operations for 2 retail formats within the Future Group. Post that, I've been associated with a few startups, and notably 2 of the startups today are, I think, I've achieved multi-million-dollar annual revenues, right? So a lot of that will be shared when we meet for our class on entrepreneurship management, which starts in trimester 2. Yeah, all the very best. Good choice done by everybody, and see you all soon.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Commander Himanshu Joshi, please. Sir, good morning and over to you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Yeah.
All right. Great. My fellow friends, I congratulate you for having taken this. I would call it the decision of 2022, and by far the best thing that you have done. DSU is a key platform. And can you all hear me? I guess.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can.
All right. So I'm a naval veteran of about 3 years in the Navy. Started as a helicopter pilot, but have had experience across domains. And here I will be teaching you learning and development. In addition, I also teach communication to the younger lot of MBA students. I will associate with you in T4. And my suggestion to you, till you reach there, please do make it a point to attend your classes. That is very important. Please ask questions from your professors. That is equally important, and ensure that they give you satisfying answers. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to next call upon Professor Dattatreya Hulluru. Sir, good morning and over to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Rajan sir. Good morning. Good morning to all fellow faculty members and students. My name is Dattatreya Hulluru. Little background about me. I have done engineering and then did my management degree in systems, software systems, and also hold MS in software systems from BITS Pilani. And also 3 years back, I did my PG diploma in data science from IIITB. I have overall 17 years of experience in software development and working on data at various capacities, from a software developer to delivery manager. Now I'm heading a center of excellence on AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and I teach artificial intelligence and machine learning in DSU. As it is said, there is no substitute for hard work and commitment. I know all of you will be busy with your work pressure, deliveries and all, but commitment is one which will make you excel in your life. So I welcome all of you to the family of DSU and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Next, I'd like to call upon Dr. Anupama Goshal, please. Anupama, ma'am, good morning and over to you.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning to all my esteemed faculty members, management team, and dear students, executives who have joined the Executive MBA program. First of all, welcome, and definitely a very good choice, as most of my esteemed faculty members have been reiterating that you have indeed joined the right institution, the right university, and the right course. And I think this particular course is something where you will also get an opportunity to not only learn, but also contribute to your learnings, because you're all working executives and this is the management program. So all the more very relevant when all of you contribute your thoughts and also cross-learn, which is from amongst your team, learning from amongst yourself. And definitely do look forward to building a very good network with your faculty members, because a lot of professors of practice and professors who are from the hardcore academic domain is here. And I tell you this because of the fact that, we've been to business schools and the alumni network does stand with all of us throughout our lifetime. And that is one of the major gains that we have in going to a B school. I have an MBA and I'm also a PhD, doctorate degree holder. My name is Dr. Anupama. I've been in the academics and the corporate sector across banking and financial services sector. So it's kind of been through the academics, been with the industry. So I do understand the importance of management programs, and it's very, very encouraging to see people like you joining the programs, because having overarching goals in your life is very important. And one such goal would be to, achieve or enhance your learning experience. And that's what all of you have enrolled in for. And that's, I think, something great to look forward to. And in my experience in teaching, most of my classes where I have had working executives in the class has been a very, very vibrant, environment, because the working executives tend to, throw or have a lively discussion in terms of blending the theory and the practice. And that's something that I think all of you can contribute, and your classes will be really something very, very vibrant and very worth looking forward to, not only in terms of individual learning, but also contribution. So I wish you all the best, and perhaps we'll look forward to seeing you sometime. I teach marketing and research subjects. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Satish Talikota, please. Sir, good morning and over to you. Okay, in the meantime, I would like to call upon Dr. Padmalata, please. Padmalata, ma'am, good morning, and yeah, over to you, ma'am.
Good morning to all. First of all, congratulations to all the executive education students for choosing Dayananda Sagar University. Congratulations. My name is Padmalata. I am the Associate Professor of the Management Program of Dayananda Sagar University. I am an academician having an experience of more than 25 years in teaching. I teach subjects like operations management, information technology and systems, project management, etc. Best wishes to all, and thank you, sir, and thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. I'd like to call upon Professor Satish Talikota, please. Yeah. So good morning and over to you. There seems to be a glitch. Okay, I would like to call upon Professor Mohan Srinivasan, please. Mohan, sir, good morning. And yeah, you can go next.
Everyone. My name is Mohan Srinivasan, and welcome to this esteemed institute for this EMBA program. I'm also working as Professor of Practice at DSU. I just joined recently. I'm a postgraduate in industrial engineering, and I'm also PMI and IBM certified senior project manager with more than 30 years of IT experience at IBM, ANZ, and Wipro. So I worked for close to 2 decades at IBM and worked in several domains like retail, manufacturing, IT. And I've also been on long-term assignments to US and UK for retail and utility customers. So last assignment was I was managing the cloud modernization factory at IBM. So I'll be using my industry and on-site experience and teach you several subjects like global business, where my experience being at on-site and also being with a multinational like IBM will really help you. I'll also be teaching operations management and IT systems. Wishing you all the best and hope to see you soon. Thank you, Mr. Raj.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Santos Chandrasekhar, please.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Firstly, I would like to congratulate you for choosing DSU for upskilling your skill set. Personally, I feel that now being a chartered accountant, I feel that the amount of training or amount of knowledge we are imparting to the student, that is really tremendous, actually. So one thing I would like to, kind of urge students that, whatever you learn in the course, in the due course, maybe it could be any trimester, please apply to your workplace. So that's going to be, a big transformation. My areas of specialization are on US GAAP, Indian GAAP, and IFRS. And in DSU, I'll be teaching PAF, that is, Project Appraisal and Finance. So that is in the last trimester. So all the best for your, journey with DSU. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. I would like to next call upon Professor Tamal Das, please. He's a professor of logistics and supply chain. He'll be teaching all of you in Trimester 4. Professor Tamal Das, over to you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Professor Rajan, and good morning to all students and good morning to all faculty. Students, thank you for choosing DSU. DSU is one of the fastest growing university today in the Indian ecosystem. And that itself should talk many things about your choice of the university. So I teach logistics and supply chain management at DSU. A little bit background about myself, about 20 years of experience, corporate experience in supply chain management across Fortune 500 organizations and across domains in pharmaceuticals, in heavy engineering, in automotive sector, e-commerce sector, aviation, defense sector, across sectors. And that is an experience that I have been able to do in the past 3 batches. This is my 4th batch in DSU, and I try to share those experiences with the students. So one area that I would like to say, and most of the professors here have actually shared that, is that when you have selected, what you need to look at is your return on investment, and you have to select a KPI for yourself first. The professors out over here, and especially myself, we are here to facilitate. Learning has to come from you, right? And you have to set a KPI. And when it comes to talk about KPI, we are talking about, are you talking about a 2x growth? Are you talking about a 3x growth? Individually, professionally, academically, what is that you're looking at? I'm sure you would have done those calculations. If not, I'm sure you better do it right now, because that's 18 months of your investment that you're going to do. You're going to invest your time, you have invested your money. As I said, it will only be facilitating. We will facilitate it, and I will drive case studies in my classes. My classes are purely not theory based. They are all driven through case studies, and you will something that will be enjoying it. The second point, and very quickly, let me say that is the competitive advantage that you're going to bring to yourself. Of course, it would be absolutely good for the university to have a better student. But what is the competitive advantage that you get yourself, because you are executive MBAs? Competitive advantage amongst your peers in your organizations. What is that you're going to get by this degree? It is not just going to be a piece of paper. It is some value that you're going to get it. So look at it in 2 factors: return on investment and competitive advantage. And in this uncertain world, if you can adapt to situations, there is nothing like it. Welcome once again. and I would love to, interact with all of your faculties. I have been part of several engagements in the industries. I'm a member with the Indo-French Chamber of Commerce. I could share a lot of experiences from the French companies, what their investments in India and across the global areas are. I have been in part of in United States and in Europe. So there will be a lot of things that we could come to know and understand from each other. As Professor Rajan mentioned, I will teach logistics and supply chain in Trimester 4, and I look forward to meeting you on screen or in the class. Thank you once again. Thank you for choosing DSU. Thank you, Professor Rajan. Over to you.
Thank you, Professor. I would next like to call upon Professor of HR, Professor Soundarya Lakshmi. Ma'am, good morning and over to you.
Good morning. Thanks, Professor Rajan. Good morning to all of you and welcome, students. Congratulations on your decision. Like everyone mentioned, I would also like to say that you made the right decision. And DSU, I think what I'm seeing with associating with them, with DSU, at least I can vouch that there's so much going on. You will actually have a great experience learning the academics as well as the corporate experience. And you would have seen with so many of them talking, the professors, they all come with vast, deep experience in corporate, and it's going to be experiential learning for you. Myself, Soundarya Lakshmi, I'm a HR professional with over 26 years in the industry, been into IT, engineering, and also a little bit of my tenure in BPO sectors. I kind of have my core has been in change management and talent management, I would say, building career development and and also succession planning. I also have interns working in global mobility. So the international experience also has a lot of scope for you in your curriculum as we go. So all the best to you, and look forward to partner with you all and do some exchange of learning with you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have Professor Satish Talikota. Sir, good morning and over to you. You're still not audible. So while you're setting up, I'm calling the next faculty. I would next like to call upon Professor Sai Praveen, please.
Hello, sir. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
So I welcome all the students for joining in DSU for your executive program. And I'm basically an engineer with mechanical engineering as a background, and did my MBA finance. And I have more than 11 years of teaching experience in statistics, analytics, and subjects like operations, project management. So hope to see you soon in the stats subjects. Thank you.
Thank you. Professor Satish Talikota, sir, are you available now?
Can you hear me, Professor Rajan?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'm very
go
sorry. Yeah, sorry. It was once in a lifetime Zoom issue I was facing. So my name is Satish Talikota, and I take total quality management subject. So I'm in the IT industries for the past 25 years, predominantly in business development in ERP side and SAP consulting. And taking total quality management as a subject, one point what I just want to highlight to you is that you have chosen executive MBA because I presume that you want to expand your contribution to your organization, or maybe you're looking for a bigger role, and things like that. So which means that you're disrupting yourself to take up, to identify a bigger KRAs and understand the new KPIs and so on and so forth. So from that perspective, the tools which you're going to need in this transformation journey is what the best of professors in Anand Sagar University are going to share with you. So TQM, we're going to look into the insights of all these subjects from the totality perspective, and we'll have a good time to exchange our experiences come with a lot of questions. So it's going to be a very interactive session, and I wish you all the best, and see you soon in our discussion. Thank you so much. All the best. Thanks, Professor Rajan.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Darpana Singh, please. Darpana ma'am, good morning and over to you.
A very good morning, everyone. And this is Darpana. I have done my MBA in marketing, and I'm also trained by British Council. I have 9 years of experience with HSBC in AML, KYC, and credit and risk. And here, my interest is in HR and learning and development, and that's what I would be teaching. The only thing I would like to say to students is a very warm welcome, and make the best use of your time in association with the best minds in the industry and academia. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. I think all the faculty have spoken so far. We don't have anybody who have been missed out. I'm just checking the names. I think all the faculty have been called out so far. Professors, have I missed out any one of you before we go into the next segment or before we take a break? Okay, so I think, yeah, everybody has spoken. So Captain, can we take a 5-minute break and then get into the next segment, which is the alumni segment?
Yeah, just hold on for a minute. I want to, just take the students through and the faculty of our sort of demographics of this particular batch of Executive MBA 2022 February. Professor Rajan, with your permission, of course. So yes, we sir, have, so our journey for the Executive MBA program started in October 2018, where we started the first program. We had 16 students. We followed it up with 23 students in February and 21 students in June. And then we kind of took off really, in the sense that we had larger number of students participating, because I think the word of mouth spread and we built traction. So, and we're targeting now a steady state between 450 to 500 students per year as we go forward. Of course, until we bring in some real paradigm changes, and the program is restricted to people in Bengaluru city, but maybe we'll take it pan-India as we go ahead. We have this particular batch roughly between roughly close to 148 students at the moment. Then we will sort of eventually probably close there at about 150. Our statistics is that we've got about 32% of female students and 68% of male students. Our average work experience is slightly above 6 years, which compares very, very well with any B school, particularly the top B schools like the IIMs and so on and so forth. So our work experience figures are brilliant. We are represented by several industries. Of course, being in Bengaluru, we have a predominant participation from the IT and the ITES industry, but we also got aerospace, auto, BFSI, construction, real estate, consulting, and so on and so forth. Education, again, we have got about 40%. I think that figure will slightly go up, 40 to 45% engineers. And then we've got various other denominations. So again, I think it's a reflection of the city that we are in, that we have a large number of engineers. We're represented by several marquee companies, and this program is represented by people from the best multinationals from across the world. So network well. So, it's important to network. It's important to sort of meet your peers, understand where they come from, what they bring to the table, their diversity, and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to give them an overview of the demographics of this particular batch. Professor Rajan, all yours.
Thank you, sir. So sir, with your permission, we'll take a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back exactly at 11:40 with the alumni segment.
And then
and then we have the program overview followed by Arvind's
Arvind will give them the program overview, which is very important to all students.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So stay put, hang in there, and
So everyone, please keep your Zoom IDs on, and we'll come back in the next 5 minutes. Yeah. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. So the next segment that we are going to have right now is basically our alumni segment. So the feather on the cap for us as a team, which comprises of the dean, the staff, and the faculty, is when we make better managers out of students like you. Next, I'd like to invite upon some of our alumni students who have done really well for themselves, who have attended classes regularly, have been very interactive, very engaging with the faculty. And these are the students that you must meet and draw lots of inspirations from. These students have gone through the entire rigor that is the executive education, and they have emerged really successfully, not just into the program, but also in their career. While there is a big pool of our talented students whom lots of them are there, what you're about to see is just the tip of the iceberg. I would be calling upon our students one by one in an alphabetical order, of course, and they will do a short talk to all of you about their experiences with the Executive MBA program. We have our first student, which is Amarnath Orkot. He's an IT service management professional with experience of over 19 years, and he has worked in the aviation, oil, and gas industry, and he's currently in fintech. He's passionate about gardening and photography. He loves to upskill himself. He's an alumni of the 2020 batch with a specialization in ITM. Amarnath, wonderful to see you, and over to you.
Thank you, Professor Rajan, for the introduction. I would like to thank the management for inviting me to speak on this orientation program. My seasonal greetings to all the professors, the management, and the fellow students and my batchmates. Welcome to all the new joiners. Yeah. So, firstly, I would like to, reason why I have joined this program. It took me 18 years to decide, to upskill myself, given that I have worked in all these industries. I found that I was lacking few skills, which I really, wanted to sharpen upon. And I guess Executive MBA was the program which was, during COVID lockdown, that was one which was, available for me, and I think DSU was offering online programs then. I guess that was one of the best thing to happen. So after much deliberation, I enrolled, and then to my surprise, I didn't have to cram much. It was all about learning based on case studies. The assignments were planned in such a way that you understand the whole program, the subject as well. The faculty support, whether it was online or offline, and that was a great experience. The doubt clearing sessions. I guess this was something which is what is very important. And given that we were doing it online, it really helped us, and the management was very helpful. The faculty was very helpful. I guess So what I've gained out of this is basically it made me understand where I fit in the scheme of things when it comes to an organization, how you take those informed decisions. So you learn here to take those informed decisions to make yourself a better leader. Yeah, and so I think this is the best decision I think anybody can take. To upskill yourself. So I think DSU is the best place. And I would like to thank Captain Nagaraj and the DSU faculty and management for all the support they have extended. And not to forget the counseling sessions which we were provided to ensure that we, sail through the whole program. Yeah, wishing you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amarnath. Next, we have Aisha Siddika. She is from Bengaluru and graduated in 2008 from the finance stream. And she had joined Arthur J. Gallagher and Company as a process trainee. And she developed herself into a team lead very shortly. In 2011, she started her journey with Amazon as a team lead. And since then, she has been with Amazon for almost a decade. And she has developed her skills from team lead role to ops manager, largely into leadership roles. And then she obtained her EMBA certification with Dayananda Sagar University in the year 2022. She plans to take her doctorate in human resource, and she's currently preparing for her PhD entrance exams. She's an alumnus of the 2020 batch with a specialization in HRM. Aisha, wonderful to see you, and over to you, and a very, very good morning to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Rajan. Hello, Dean. I see him on call, but greetings. And I see Aj Krishnan, Professor. So hello and hello all. First of all, thank you for giving me such big opportunity to share my experiences. And I assure you that I'm going to definitely share the exciting experiences I had with me. Not only that, but I was a working professional with Amazon who has high standards on work and upskilling. I wanted to obtain my MBA since 2011, but because of the work and the career I chose for, I got involved so much that it took me time, but I think everything happens for a good reason. And I think that is why I found Dayanand Sagar, right from my process of getting selected to the process of admission to the process of knowing the curriculum. Everything was so informative, and it was available at the tip of the fingers. What I really liked was, we have an amazing learning portal where, we got introduced to the learning concepts, curriculum, professors, and we went above and beyond in terms of knowing what's in store. So I would also want to thank Dayanand Sagar to be an important part in my career development, because I think in June I signed up, and next year, October, I was sitting for my promotion assessment, which was waiting for 5 years. And it happened only because of the development which I could get through the executive MBA program. One best thing about this program is what I really liked was all of the students I call were a part of a various diverse domain, and our professors are always encouraged to learn by sharing and gaining that concept, right? So the best part is that the case studies were handpicked for us, and those case studies, when we used to put them into discussion in the classroom, of course it was online, but everyone used to come out of their domain and talk about and share their experience, which created a engaging and real-time learning experiences for us, along with the material, along with the assessments I had. I love the assessments which were, and I'm missing those case studies. I think that's why the student in me is now again aspirant to obtain doctorate. And the other thing which I want to call out is in my final term, which was very important for me in human resource, I would like to thank the dean to organize it in such a way that I got experience to work with scholars, doctorate, who had double degree doctorate level scholarship. Isn't it amazing that you get the mentorship from these scholars on your projects? And that was something which was out of the box for me. And I think I made the best use of it. My capstone project delivered a saving of 8 headcount for operations within 3 months of span. And I was awarded a RISE Global Award for my contributions. A 15,000 plus set of employees were the nominants, right? So that is the amazing journey I have with Dayanand Sagar. Not only that, for my promotion assessment from the Bangalore node, I was the single employee who cracked it. And it was because of the contributions I had taken from learning, I had taken from my curriculum, from my subjects, and I have received this amazing awards, my promotion. And the first message I sent was to for Rajan and Dean sir, that here I got promoted finally after 5 years, because of the development I did on my leadership skills, which actually happened because of the engaging classroom sessions we had, the diverse students who were participating, and the amazing scholars who helped us upskill on this on the roadmap which we wanted to. And that is why I am now preparing on my PhD for human resource. I got closer to my educational aspirations. And not only that, I am missing the Dayanand Sagar so much that every weekend, I don't think I had missed any of the classes. It used to put that automatic rigor in me that, yeah, yes, this is in store and I have to wake up, I have to complete my assessments, I have to attend my classes. Rajan sir used to be like so good that he used to ensure that we have our calendars blocked. That's the best part, right? As an operations manager at Amazon, it becomes difficult to plan and schedule our routine. And Dayanand Sagar aced that, right? So in the beginning of the term, we used to get the timetable so that we can prepare, what are the learning hours required, what is the assessment hours required for us to ensure that, we are not missing the schedules. And I see Aj Krishnan professor here. I would like to thank him for his personalized Excel templates, which helped me get closer to finance. As an operation manager, it is also important for me to understand this finance and take decisions. And I think I will talk, go on talking. Rajan sir, you should take the mic back from me because I have such rich experience. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And yes, I owe a big one to Dayanand Sagar. Thank you.
And we look forward to that party, okay, Aisha, which you promised.
Thank you, Aisha. And I think whatever you spoke about your achievements, I think I'm going to make a short video or a poster out of it. If you allow, and I'll call you separately on that. Yeah. But wonderful. I mean, it's incredible to hear such stories from students. Next, I'd like to Next, I'd like to call upon Mr. Sundar Rajan Shankar. Sundar Shankar is an operations leader wearing multiple hats with over 20 years of experience in the ITES industry in technical support, customer success, and inside sales. He currently heads the technical support of Azuga, an organization specializing in providing telematic solution. With overall 23 years of experience in ITES and wearing leadership hats in operations and delivery in the areas of technical support, mostly product and hardware, customer success, inside sales, cloud and premise products. He is an alumnus of the June 2020 batch with a specialization in operations management. Sundar, like always, wonderful to see you and eager to hear what you're going to say about the program. A very good morning to you, and Sundar, over to you.
Thank you, Professor. So nice to see you. Firstly, my wife suggested that I wear this yellow shirt, to wish you all a very happy and a bright Saturday morning. So wish you all a very happy and a bright Saturday morning. And I would actually want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that I have associated with in terms of the Dayanand Sagar University, the dean to start with, and all the faculties who I have associated with, and of course, so many people who work in the back end to ensure that this wheel of the academics continues flawlessly, specifically during a period, during the pandemic period, where we had to actually change multiple methods from an education standpoint. So thank you, everybody. And from there, I'd probably want to start. So I'm Sundar Rajan. Most of my professional connects call me Sundar. I sign my name with a double R just to make a differentiation. I would really want to talk about my experience in executive MBA, and I want to break it into three different portions, right? So first thing is, what was I thinking when I chose executive MBA? Well, let's look at it. December 20, I think somewhere mid 2020, we just gone into a phase of the pandemic, and I was in between jobs, and I was really looking at, hey, I have had 20 years of experience. Now it's time that I had to build some skill set. I mean, really to move on. And then I figured out that I've always been working on improving my current situation. If I was able to, jump 10 meters, I would try to practice harder and try to jump 11 meters because the bar was always rising, right? Your bosses always raise your bar, and then every time you have to jump higher. So that's what I was trying to do. And I really didn't want to look for a job which is going to make me do the same thing again for the next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, for whatever time I live. So if I choose between building a particular skill set, or should I look at changing the way I think, changing the way I look at things, and changing the way I kind of approach my professional life. And I've really felt that, I think like Shah Rukh Khan says that, when you want something, everything comes together. I'm sure someone else would have said that as well, but I remember the movie. It so happened that I got the opportunity to join this executive MBA. And I really felt that, it's my hard-earned money, and it's an investment that I'm making on myself. So I will make the best out of it. And, with God's grace and best wishes of everybody, it was a fantastic course. I mean, every movement that I have connected, every faculty that I have spoken to, including your dean. Your dean will also be teaching you a subject, and you're going to have fun and enjoy that subject a lot. I did. So every movement or every touch point that I had has been a pleasure, has been a learning, and has added to my experience. So what I was thinking when I chose executive MBA, to shift my professional curve or trajectory from, practice and adding that 5 meters of jump every day, to shifting it and moving into a different lane altogether, where I think and start thinking at a much different level. The next portion, which I would really want to, I may sound preachy, but it comes from experience, specifically the last 2 years, where the phase of last 2 years where I did the course, is what should be the approach? How should we go about this course? Right? There are a lot of tricks and methods which you're going to learn during this process. But the way I looked at it on a holistic standpoint, and once, I have done this, since I have done this course, and since I already have a level of experience, is, break it into 2-3 different points. One is, you are not doing the course to improve your current stature. You are not doing this course to give you the ability to jump 10 meters more. You are doing this course because, like Red Bull, it is going to give you wings to fly. This is a course which is going to executive MBA, and DSU for that. It's a very classy course that you're going to do. This is a course that's going to make you fly. So you have to think like a future CEO. You assume that you are the future CEO of your organization or any organization that you're going to form, and learn and approach that way. So every subject you are learning, you approach it as, this is going to help me in the future when I am the CEO, or I am the head of an organization, or when I'm running my own stuff, or you're the CEO of Amazon or any of the organizations that you are. This is a very, very well-planned course. Every subject is important. See, someone can be from a finance background. Someone can be from HR. I am from operations. Then there may be people from products. This course does allow specialization in the 4th semester, but the first 3 semesters is pretty much general management. You cover everything, right? From marketing, finance, operations, you name it, you will have it so far as general management is concerned. Why do we do it? It is important. Think of it. If you are a CEO, or if you are in a very, very senior position, you'll have to know everything. It is important. You need to know finance, even if you are from the products part of it, because at some point of a time at that level, you will need all this knowledge to really make the best out of what you're doing. That is giving the best value to your customer. Our faculties are oceans of experience and knowledge. it's not because I'm part of the DSU alumni that I'm saying that. Some of the faculties who I remember who, were my faculties and who spoke a few in the last 1 hour, are people who have had some major experiences in life. They have had some major professional achievements and amazing amount of knowledge, but they're oceans, right? So you can get only as much as you can pull out of it. So you will have to expand your mind and make sure that you make the best out of whatever you're learning from the professors, and they'll be glad to help you. 3, enjoy and make friends. This is like going back to school, a second chance that you are giving to yourself. So work on your assignments, have fun on your assignments, because every assignment that you do is a step towards nirvana. Okay, now, this is a bit of gyan that I did, that, how do you go about this course? Of course, I leave it up to you in terms of how you want to plan it, but then it's your heart and money, make the best out of it. Third is how different I am today from the last, before I joined the course and where I am today now. Okay, to start with, we were all a part of, work from home culture. So physically, due to work from home, a few extra kgs, I think I wear one shirt size larger. My struggles in professional lives will be there. It's going to be there. So we have to be a part. We need to accept the fact that, if there is no pain, there is no gain. But I know how to deal with them. And I know how to deal with them with confidence and success that good education gives you. 2 years back, I was struggling I used to go through LinkedIn to see what kind of job I can apply. But today I'm working with individual on ideas, trying to be an entrepreneur, working on starting off my own, and possibly in an area which I have never worked on, but I'm excited about it. Why? Because this education has given me the confidence to do it. It has not given me money. I know how to go and find money for that, but this has given me the confidence to do it. Fantastic friends and gurus. I'm richer by fantastic friends and gurus, fantastic professionals that I'm working with, and all your professors who are there. Believe me, they can be gurus for you for life. Imagine, if you want to be the CEO, you need all the blessings and best wishes.
Sundar, in the interest of time, Sundar, sorry to interrupt. I think in the interest of time, we have an orientation session after this. We'll have to probably, make it short. That's going to be more important for the students.
I think Sundar is frozen.
Yeah. I didn't intend to do that, but
you sent him kind of. It's very difficult to see Sundar speechless, but
yeah,
it's always been the same with Sundar. Very enthusiastic to share his ideas.
But Sundar, I must say thank you very much. Your enthusiasm is infectious, and I hope following students get it. And yeah, Vijay, all yours.
Yeah, so very quickly, I'll just introduce Vijay. So Vijay PR is a delivery manager with Infosys. He comes with over 2 decades of IT experience. He's an alumnus of our 2020 batch, and he passed out as a silver medalist in the Executive MBA IT Management stream. He's based out of Bengaluru. Vijay is an avid reader and passionate about cricket, music, and stand-up comedy shows. Yeah, so Vijay, wonderful seeing you, and very good morning, and over to you, Vijay. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Rajan. I'll try to keep it short because I think Aisha and Sundar have pretty much given the entire gamut of their experiences. Thank you, Professor Rajan. Thank you, Captain Dean. First up, my hearty congratulations to all of you for taking this important step. I can assure you that you have taken the right decision, irrespective of which stage your career you are in. Right, you are not going to repent this. I would rather have a different name for DSU. I'll call it as distinctively special and unique eMBA course. So why do I say so, right? The focus is not just on theory. It's more on experiential learning. Some of the case studies that you're going to analyze and the assignments that you're going to work are at par with some of the best B schools, not just within India, but internationally, right? And if not, they're better. Second, the faculty. You listen to all of them. They're an hereditary and a passionate group that has the right mix of academicians as well as industry experts. They bring in all their industry experience to the fore when they teach you, right? Third, the overall ecosystem, the support structure led by Professor Rajan, Arvind, Malti ma'am is fantastic, right? You get all the support. It's all there. They're a call away or a WhatsApp message away. You get your issue resolution in no time. And the peripherals, right? You get to hear from industry experts. There are a series of fireside chats, distinguished speaker series, right? Please make use of those. I still attend, even though I have passed out of the course, I still attend some of the courses. They're experts from HR, finance, industry practitioners, IT, you name it. You get all the best names in their renowned fields. And finally, Sundar did speak about networking. You get a diverse set of professionals coming in from various facets of, the industry. Please make use. You can share best practices. You can talk to them. You can, learn from them, right? That in summary is kind of why I called it distinctively special and unique EMBA course. Finally, I should also warn you, it's not going to be a cakewalk because you already have your professional and personal life. Now you have an added load of your academic life also, right? It will be exasperating, but at the same time, it will be enjoyable, enriching, and exciting, right? With that, I'd like to once again congratulate all of you for this decision and all the very best in your learning journey. We are happy to help in case you want to, you have doubts or anything that you would like us to help with. We are happy to help you guys. Thank you so much, Rajan sir. Back to you.
Thank you, Vijay. One sec. So we are going with our next segment, which is probably the last segment. So we'll have the program before we get into the program overview, which will be presented to you by my colleague Arvind. We have the functional overview, which is going to be a very short talk about about the specializations that you're going to sort of venture into once you're into Trimester 4. Yeah. So we have our faculty who will tell you what the specialization entails. This is just an overview, a very short talk. I promise you, nothing more than 1 or 2 minutes at the max. More details will follow when you come to Trimester 3. So I want to call upon our professors who will speak about each of our 11 specializations. I will go with business analytics first, which will be spoken about by Professor Hn Shankar. Shankar sir, please.
Thank you, Professor Rajan. Yeah. Good morning. See, analytics is very prominently visible everywhere, but fundamentally, it's about decision-making, better decision-making, applied to management, the sole responsibility of management. All of us are managers, no matter what our designations are. Essentially, it's about goal setting and performance management, okay? That is management. Everything else is detail. Now, for us to be able to do that, if we set a goal, we need to look at how are we going to reach that goal. That requires analytical thinking. And when we talk about analytics, it's not just about tools and technique. It is about how we think using various tools as aids to make better decisions. How do we decide what goal to achieve and how do we get there? And once we do that, then we need to perform to be there. And that involves analytics. Where am I with respect to what I decided to do? Where am I today? Where I should have been? Why is there a deviation? What do I do to correct? We do it day in and out. We don't call it analytics. In fact, analytics as a subject is universally applicable across all disciplines. Whether you talk of healthcare, finance management, IT, innovation, it's involved. So we have enriched ourselves with a lot of international tools, as Professor Alok Chakravarthy has already said. So you get to work hands-on with those tools to get a feel for the subject. That's what I got to say. I welcome you all. No matter which specialization your analytics is very key, very important. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I would next like to call upon Professor Jitendra Patri, who's going to speak to you about entrepreneurship specialization. Jitendra, sir, once again, warm welcome and over to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Professor Rajan, and good afternoon to all of you. Very quickly, I'm currently reading a book. It's written by Ravi Venkatesan. It's called "What the Heck Do I Do with My Life?" Yeah, and in that there's a quote by a German philosopher called Friedrich Nietzsche. I hope I got the pronunciation right. The quote says, "A snake that cannot shed its skin must die." And in the current context, this could not be more truer, right? With AI and automation, one will experience both a not so pleasant and a very positive impact. And since we are in the early stages of what is called the fourth industrial revolution, the lines between physical, digital, and biological worlds are already blurring. Right? The FIR, no pun intended, is transformational, which means that it will create a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities and many new types of jobs. Who knew maybe 10 years ago, jobs like content creator, micro-influencer, drone operator, and cloud architect would become a reality, right? And who knows what's coming up in the next few years. This kind of a shift is also forcing larger organizations to become innovative, agile, and promote a culture of entrepreneurship. So in such complex and ambiguous environments, how can one stay relevant and succeed? Yeah, this is what the course on entrepreneurship and innovation management at Hn Shankar will help you get through, right? The course is distributed across 2 semesters. In trimester 2, where I'll come in and walk you through the entire course. We'll talk about the introduction to entrepreneurship, understanding the business plan, solve a lot of case studies, analyze startups, and even get into preparing a pitch deck, right? Trimester 4, one can actually get into the specialization of in this area. Yeah, and here is where I think the action really is. Between the 2 or 3 faculty who are part of this course, the faculty will mentor you through the entire process of actual ideation. How do you develop an idea? How do you think that idea is feasible to take it forward and actually create a business out of it? Actually preparing a business plan, choosing a co-founder, growth marketing, and so on and so forth. And all of this really culminated into a capstone project, which is then presented to a panel of faculty, and you're evaluated on, right? And a couple of students from the last trimester batch have actually developed their own ideas and now taken it out into the market. So with a focus on value and job creation, a career as an entrepreneur can be quite rewarding. Yeah. So I'll end with the words of Yogi Berra, a very famous American baseball star, who says, "The future ain't what it used to be." So welcome to DSU, and I look forward to engaging with you at trimester 2. Yeah, and we're going to have fun, believe me.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Aj Krishnan. So Professor Krishnan will speak about the finance specialization. Sir, over to you.
Good morning, students. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay. We have finance coming in first semester and second semester. In the trimester 1, we are going to study the fundamentals, how to read a balance sheet, how to read a P&L, how to have a trial balance, and what are all the various accounting concepts, accounting conventions, accounting standards, then presentation, disclosure, corporate governance. All these things we are going to study with numericals and theory. And when you come to trimester 2, what you studied in trimester 1 was basically understanding the fundamentals. And trimester 2, you are going a step forward. Like Captain mentioned in his inaugural speech, we are going to study about business viability, capital budgeting. All the topics are going to come. Cost of capital, then return on investment. Everything we are going to study in very much detail in the trimester 2. And one point which I would like to add is, in the trimester 2, you have got 4 subjects. And I am surprised that they are interconnected. Not surprised, actually, very happy that they are interconnected. Like we have managerial economics, we have corporate finance, we have corporate entrepreneurship, and we have compliance, this governance, BLESR. So all those subjects are 360-degree roundabout. So you are going to get a holistic experience when you cover your trimester 2. Please be very clear about this and try to connect all the subjects to each other. And when you go to trimester 4, you have finance specialization, where you have 3 subjects. One is project appraisal and financing in a very detailed measure. And second is financial derivatives and risk management. And third is what we call security analysis in portfolio management. Only one thing I would like to add here is, yes, everybody mentioned about the evolving changes, everything. But one thing is the fundamentals don't change. That point you be very clear. Whether it is Tesla or whether it is a roadside vendor, accounting is same only. Only what you present changes. And there are many things happening now, like derivatives, cryptocurrency. A lot of things are happening. You are going to get a hands-on in those things, but we are basically relating to Indian situation now, with a touch on globally what is happening. And let us expand it as we go along. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Solai Bhaskaran, who's going to speak about the human resource specialization.
Not there, Professor Rajan.
Okay, I'd like to call upon Professor.
I can.
Yeah,
speak.
sir. Yeah, sorry, sir.
So HR, like I said earlier, is going through a paradigm shift from, say, when I was growing up, to the command and control hierarchy-driven organizations where administration was very important, policies, processes, rules, regulations, managing people. Today, pretty much you don't have to manage people. People are, unless you go to a very, very low level of an organization, people need to be managed. But otherwise, the question is, how do you recruit great talent? And once you recruit them, how do you keep them with you? And they don't sort of run away and so on and so forth. So that's the new paradigm. And we have some great professors. Professor Bhaskaran, who is just kind of joined back on cue, will lead the HR charge, as they say. We've also got organization behavior, which is kind of, a mishmash of several specializations like anthropology, psychology, social work, and maybe a little bit of operations management, history. All of them come together. And we talk about what makes people tick in an organization. And like I always say, eventually you will realize by the time you retire, hopefully, that this was the most important course that you ever took in your life. Yeah, because it allows you to interact with other human beings. And functional skills are very important, but functional skills sort of change. What doesn't change is how you interact with other people. How do you motivate them? How do you lead them? Leadership is today a very major area of interest to several people. How do you communicate? All these are things that you will go through in the OB space and the HR space. And please be sort of cognizant of the fact that we've got two HR specialists, maybe they'll like chip in, Professor Soundarya Lakshmi and Professor Bhaskaran, both are there. Madam, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, sorry, Captain. My network got frozen and I could not hear. I was called. But then good that you made it up. You kind of spoke more than the experienced HR in the line. Yeah. So I think it's really a paradigm shift, I would say, and most important in any of the organizations. I think I'm seeing a lot of them with experience here also would vouch on that. For HR, it's more needed to be move away from the transactional or operational HR to a more of a strategic HR, where they partner with the business. It's just not doing policies and not doing the operational part of it. They look for HR to be more business acumen needed over there and perform. So that's what is expected. I'm also a corporate, still working in an organization, and that's what is expected in any HR, to partner with them and be with the business, not be very much silo working style of only policies and then drive the policies and be with it. But it's more to engage and bring that employee experience into the organization. That's more asked for with all of these changes with COVID, and we're going through a lot. I think that's what is expected from the business.
Yeah, and also I think Jiten talked about it on entrepreneurship. Please understand that today everybody has to be an entrepreneur, whether external or internal. You need to drive ideas, you need to innovate, you need to be creative, otherwise jobs are not sustainable. Organizations thrive on ideas and innovation today. and that's why you find some organizations fall by the wayside, and they disappear suddenly simply because they've sort of been complacent and they are not ideating and they're not innovating. So all these are major shifts that are occurring, and I think you should be cognizant, because many of you have good careers ahead, 30 years, 25 years, 35 years, and you need to make the most of it. And simply saying, I'm going to turn up in an office and warm the chair. If you ask Professor Soundarya Lakshmi, she is a practicing HR, she'll tell you that warming the chair happened during our grandfather's time. I'm afraid that has gone by now.
Absolutely. That's not what is expected, Yeah.
Yeah, I will pass a paper from here to there, and by the end of the day, go home at 5 o'clock. So good, Professor Rajan. I think we have had enough of fun. So we'll. Are we done, or are we going to hand it over to?
Sir, we have few more. Professor Srinivas Iyengar will speak about ITM specialization.
Srinivas is there. Yes. Okay.
Okay, I'll go to the next one. Mohan sir, if you can.
Hello, Srinivas is there.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So just trying to switch on the video. So good afternoon, everyone. So ITM is going to be a very specialized focus area for us. This curriculum, we have made it extremely useful for the entire IT industry. So ITM has got three major aspects. One is the project management practices. Second one is product management. And third one is digital enterprise. So extremely important for all of you, whatever way that you're going to be, if you are managers and you're going to get into leadership of any organization in the IT aspects. It could be an enterprise where you're going to support maybe companies like Airtel or PharmEasy or any company. PharmEasy is a pharmacy company, but it's a digital enterprise, right? Uber is a digital organization, but they're doing the taxi service, but they're a technology services company. So how do you really feed those companies, or if you are driving the technology for any such companies, how do you really do that? What kind of product management, what kind of program management activities that you have to do, and what kind of technologies that are available today and what will be available tomorrow, so that by the time you complete the course and you get into the organization, you really got to be future ready by yourself, right? So we have carefully crafted the entire curriculum of ITM so to make sure we bring in the aspects of what is coming in future. We'll be talking about edge computing, we'll be talking about quantum computers, we'll be talking about artificial intelligence, we'll be talking about all emerging techs, and how does these companies really look at such emerging technologies to shape a digital enterprise. So this is going to be the entire aspect of this course, ITM. So look forward working with you, talking to many of you who take up ITM as a course. Thank you so much.
Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Mohan Srinivasan, who will be speaking about global business.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Rajan, and welcome once again, students. So as Jack Welch has told, who was a CEO from General Electric, that it's about and there is no distinction between domestic or foreign companies. So this was by Harvard Business. So you can really see that how important global business is for each manager, whether you work in a domestic company or you work in a multinational. If you don't know global business, you will become obsolete. So that's what we are saying here. And global business skills which you develop in this course are very sought after by employers. So what's going to happen is this demand will translate into several opportunities in job market. And there are going to be several courses which are going to be taught as part of this. You will be taught global business, global HRM, global finance. So in global HRM, it will be telling you how the various cultures are going to be there among various countries. And if you go to US versus going to African country, the cultures are going to be very different. And how we are going to deal with them, people out there, is going to be very different. So this is going to be an eye-opening session for all of you. And I'm sure you're going to really enjoy this. And also what we are seeing now is that businesses are increasingly conducting business at a global scale. So whether you're a domestic company or international company, you have to interact with several multinational employees or people. So it's very important to understand how to interact with them and what
so you're breaking.
do when you interact with the foreign who's coming from multinational. So this is what gives global perspective of to be successful in business, and studying global business is going. And thank you once again, and welcome. Over to you, Professor Rajan.
Thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to call upon Professor Hari Ambadapudi, and Professor Hari is going to speak about logistics and supply chain as well as project management.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, I'm a part of the faculty team who teaches supply chain management and also project management. Let me speak about supply chain management to start with. We all have understood the kind.
1 minute, Professor Bhaskaran, can you please mute?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And we all have been witnessing lots of uncertainties, particularly hovering the supply chain. And much has been written on COVID, Suez Canal chaos, etc. While we try to bury all those things and move on, there's a fundamental thinking in the organizations that's been brewing up. It's not about designing the organizations or designing the supply chain based on some events which trigger. It could be M&A, or it could be setting up of a new product line or a plant. The design should be more on a continuous basis, supply chain design. And last week in our organization, we were trying to build up a solution which is going to combine the capabilities of risk, sourcing, and supply chain designing and planning. Which this is going to be a completely different aspect of solution from what we traditionally look from supply chain design and planning. The reason why I'm trying to bring this up before I get into the course and course structure is the nature of the supply chain and the approach towards the supply chain design is going to be drastically changing. And that is what we are trying to capture as a part of the course curriculum in DSU. Coming back to the academic outline of the courses that we normally have here, we're going to touch upon three different aspects. One, sales and operations planning, which is core for any organization to get money, revenue, and also match the demand and supplies. We'll try to understand about drivers, objectives, capabilities, and collaborative mechanisms there. And the other aspect is logistics and material management. We'll focus more on the execution of the supply chain and the challenges those come into play when we start delivering the supply chains. And finally, IT in supply chain, we'll be talking more about the planning and execution system, which will enable the supply chain functions. So this is the broad outline of the course that we are trying to help you all with. At the same time, we'll try to get in the flavor of the season in terms of the capabilities, the solutions that we normally work in the organizations. Of course, this will be complemented with an excellent pedagogy, lot of lectures, case study discussions, and a lot of interactions. This is how the sessions on supply chain are going to be. Now, coming back to project management, again, there are three broad courses that we teach in terms of project management specialization here. Yeah, it should be coming in Trimester 4, if I understand correctly. We normally take or align with PMI, the global standard for all the project management methodologies. And primarily we focus on emerging areas of project management, project planning and control, and the risk management. I normally teach the project risk management. If you pick up any annual report, there's a dedicated section on risk. The kind of risk that the organization describes, the methodology that the organization goes about to identify and quantify the risk, etc. The kind of risk management course and the content that we are going to teach is global, in the sense it can be applicable to any function of the organization, be it supply chain, be it strategy, be it HR, etc., etc. Fundamentally, we are creating a DNA where you're going to build your capabilities on. And more importantly, it's going to culminate in the form of a capstone project where you will try to apply the theoretical concepts that you must have learned through the semesters in the form of a workable project. And I'm proud to say that the faculty, particularly involved with all these disciplines, they come from a wide academic experience and also industry canvas. So finally, one small piece of thing from my side: enjoy the process of learning, enjoy the process of application, and keep building networks. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Professor. I would like to next call upon Professor Indranil Ganguly, Professor of Marketing, who will be your faculty for one of the courses in the marketing segment.
That's right.
Welcome back,
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome again to all the students. So marketing management. So some of you are already marketing professionals in your current careers. Some of you maybe aspire to get into marketing. So our objective, across the 3 courses that we do is to give you a flavor of how, just like any other function, marketing has evolved over the ages. And I would say, especially in the last 2 years where, we've all been afflicted by this pandemic and, marketing's had to make major adjustments in order to get to reach out to their customers as effectively as they did in the past, right? So how technology has played a role. Naturally, again, like any other function in any organization, technology is a huge enabler, and marketing is also enabled by it. And especially for global companies, we try to bring in that flavor that, when you're thinking on a global scale, when you're reaching out to customers of segments which are very different from your home market, right? You reach out to various markets across the country and various age groups. Remember, today we are talking about marketing to Gen Z. We're talking about marketing to teenagers and 20-somethings who have very different priorities, very different ways of looking at marketing messages, right? So keeping all these challenges in mind, you have the way we've designed the course is we'll try to touch upon all of these across the 3 courses. So the 3 courses in specific are Consumer Behavior and Market Research, CBMR, Advertising and Integrated Marketing Communication, AIMC, and Social Media Marketing, SMM, right? So so you'll see a lot of commonalities between these 3 courses also, because end of the day, it is about reaching out to your consumers with all the market intelligence that you can hope to glean from the market. And once you're able to connect with them, once you get them to engage with you, you understand what is the communication that works best with each segment, each type of customer out there. And then obviously, from a social media perspective, from digital marketing, we take the entire game of marketing digital, right? Which is again, very, very, lot of organizations today have accelerated their move to digital, whether from a marketing perspective or several other functions perspective. So look forward to interacting with all of you. We would see you in your 4th trimester with all these 3 courses across all me and my colleagues who come with a lot of industry experience. So we share experiences of our own, and you are all professionals. You share experiences from your side, and believe me, it's a different level of conversation that we have. So look forward to meeting you guys, later in your course. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. I would like to next call upon Professor Sanjay Kotisaran, please, to speak about product management, which is going to be open for students from the next batch, which is June 2022 onwards. Sanjay, sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Professor. So good afternoon once again. For those of you who want to pursue a career in software, there couldn't have been a much better and more exciting and interesting time. And the reason I say this is every company today, in some form of shape, is a software company. Because software technology is integral to the way a company buys, sells, services, and even pays their vendors or suppliers. What does it mean for the software industry in a whole? We are seeing 3 shifts. The first one is we have traditional core software product companies, the Oracle, the SAP, the Microsoft, who are now shifting to cloud. We have Indian companies who are purely product-based, who are quite successful Think of Zoho, Freshworks, Ramco. The latest is Postman. So that's an opportunity where software product managers are required. We are also seeing companies where software is integral to the way they do business. Think of Swiggy, Zomato, Flipkart, Uber. All of them may not sell commercial products, but they build products for internal use, especially in the area of data analytics using AI and machine learning. So that's the other opportunity which you students will have as you start to specialize in product management. And then we also have services companies, be it Accenture, Infosys, who are wanting to pivot and build products. And the most successful one is Infosys with their banking product. So what we intend to do with this course is to cover three broad areas. The first one is product strategy. How do you identify opportunities? How do you evaluate those opportunities? And how do you build a business case? That's the first part, which is the product strategy piece. Then we'll also teach you how to build a product. How do you build a minimum viable product? How do you take it to the take it through the entire development process? How do you prioritize your requirements? How do you define a roadmap, and how do you plan for releases? That's the product lifecycle piece. And the last section will talk about how do you take the product that you've built to the market. So here we'll typically cover how do you position the product, how do you price it, and most importantly, how do you measure the success of the product. So I look forward to joining you in the course, and it's going to be a mutual learning because we're talking about working professionals. So I hope to learn from you just as much as I would like to share my knowledge with you. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, sir. Lastly, I'd like to call upon Professor Amulya Panda to speak about operations management. Amulya, sir, over to you.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome again, students. Operations management comes in Trimester 3. To introduce you to operations management, let me try to answer on your behalf just two questions. The first question: what is operations management? Well, we are all consumers out and out and 24/7. We use multiple of products in our daily lives. From the clothes we wear, the breakfast we eat in the morning, and the cars we drive to get to work, and so on, right? So we are very much aware of the brands that we buy, where these products are made of. But have we ever wondered, how do these companies, businesses produce these products? So that's what exactly the study of operations management is all about. So, operations management, it is what organizations do or transform, when they transform the resources into the goods or services through a series of activities, right? Considering several factors such as where to get the raw materials from, how to produce, how many to produce, when to produce, and how, when, where to store, deliver, sell the products, and so on, right? So this pretty well probably explains what is operations management. And then the second one is, why do businesses need an MBA in operations management? Well, every business is a living and breathing entity, just like human beings. Any business, just like a human being, need a regular checkup in different areas to assess the overall health of that business, right? So with an MBA in operations management, you can perform this checkup for your business, spot potential issues, and create resolutions to those issues before it is too late for your business. That's it from my side. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. I think that comes to the end of the functional overview. But before I hand it over to Arvind, I have Dr. Solai Bhaskaran, who will very quickly give his, a minute or two about HR specialization. Solai, sir, sorry we missed you at the start. But yeah, I mean, the floor is all yours, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, extremely sorry. My network was having a problem in the capital city of Delhi. Anyhow, as I said already, that we are having the curriculum based on this concept. HR has to create a competitive advantage for a superior performance of an industry. So we are taking it more like my colleague Professor Soundarya said, that we are taking it more on a business partner concept. So keeping that in view, we are going to cover the concept like transactional HRM, transformational HRM, strategic HRM, international HRM. All these four would be given equal weightage. We will also be covering the bundle of best HR practices, maybe competency mapping, maybe employee engagement, maybe to what level we use all those psychological instruments in improving the people's assessment level and training and developing to their optimum performance. That's second. And the third, we also don't want to compromise upon the IR and labor law, because in most of the manufacturing industry till today, we also need to have a complete hold over the IR and labor law. When you talk about IR and labor law, what is the compliance? What is the due diligence? How do you go about complying and taking a due diligence? And further, as all of you may be knowing, that there used to be more than 44 labor law which was applicable to the industries. Okay, now recently, it is being replaced by 4 labor law codes. This has been come into operation only in the year April 2021. So in the IR part, we will also cover a broad overview of what has been the 44 labor laws which was applicable to industries. Now, how it is going to change over to the 4 labor law code, and what is the similarity of these laws with all those global HR practices which is coming, global laws which are applicable. So we will be covering broadly all those 4 dimensions of HRM, transactional, transformational, strategic, and IHRM with best practices along with the due compliance of labor law. This is it, Professor Rajan. I'm sorry I missed it earlier because my network issue. And thank you for giving an opportunity to cover it up. Thanks a lot. Wish you all the best to all the students. You will enjoy HR course. It will be more towards transactional, transformational, business centric, and how you are going to contribute to the business outcome in a tangible, deliverable manner. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. The last segment for today is the program overview with my good friend and my colleague and good friend, Mr. Arvind. I would like to next invite Arvind to the next segment of the program, and very quickly he's going to take you through the possible do's and don'ts on all the important things that you need to ensure during your tenure with this particular program. So please follow it closely, and probably we can even share a presentation of the same with you all. Arvind, over to you, please.
So, thank you, sir, and good afternoon, professors and students. Welcome to the Hn Shankar University. As you heard our faculty speaking about the course expectations, I would try to help you out to understand the course policy and structure. I would like to take only 10 minutes in helping you to understand the course structure. I hope all of you have received the class schedule by now for the next coming week, and the LMS user ID and password details will reach you by Monday. And as of you all by now, you know that it is a 17-month program and classes are conducted during alternative Saturdays and Sundays, and program is supported by learning management system. And the objective of the course is to develop your managerial skills and competencies. And the program is delivered through classroom lectures and synchronously broadcasted using Zoom platform. And you know that we have 3 intakes in a year, February, June, and October. And you can access the recorded sessions, PPTs, and case studies and other study-related materials on our interactive learning management system. You have a choice of specialization while you are in trimester 3. Our faculty and mentors would help you to choose a specialization depending on your experience, and you will receive the guidelines for the project in trimester 4. You also have an option to choose a dual specialization with a program validity of 36 months. So please note the specialization that are offered. You have total 11 specializations. The functional specializations in business analytics, finance, global business, information technology management, project management, and product management. So this is an important point that where it explains about the credits and the subject abbreviations and the code numbers, which is very important for your term and examinations. I will also share this slide later on the LMS, and you can download for your reference. In total, you're going to earn 54 credits, including your trimester 4 specialization courses and the project work. So this is something related to your project work that student is expected to carry out a research study in a company or a problem under a designated faculty in a prescribed format. A dissertation report is to be submitted. You will receive the guidelines from the university about your project diaries and your progress of the project work through your respective mentors. The project needs to be submitted in a prescribed university format, and it has to be subjected for the plagiarism check. There are certain points that are related to examination and evaluation. The student needs to complete the 15 courses. The passing requirement would be 40. And student is expected to take up both the assignments for 60 marks. That is assignment 1 and assignment 2 for 60 marks. And trimester end exams will be evaluated on 40 marks. You also have a eligibility criteria for moving into semester 3 to trimester 3. You need to clear minimum 8 papers to enter into your term for specialization.
Yeah, Arvind,
I
I just would like to state and bring it to the attention of all students on examination and evaluation that all examinations are governed by the controller of examinations, the Hn Shankar University, which is a central body. Examinations are not controlled by the School of Commerce and Management Studies. So we also have engineering, we have medicine, we have journalism, we have basic sciences, we have applied sciences, and so on and so forth. We have undergrad programs, BBA, BCom, and so on. All these exams are conducted by the controller of examination, including executive MBA. The policy with the Hn Shankar University is that examinations are taken on campus. They are not taken online, right? So if any of you have been understood otherwise, told otherwise, so on and so forth, I am bringing it to your cognizance and your understanding and your internalization that examinations are conducted on campus unless otherwise declared by the government and the university. So let's not have any confusion about this. We encourage students to come to the campus for classes as well. However, classes are also synchronously broadcast online, and you may choose to take odd classes online, but we encourage you to come to the campus and attend classes. It is mandatory that examinations are conducted on campus unless otherwise specified. You may continue, Arvind.
Thank you, sir. So this is the assessment pattern on assignments and evaluations. You have 2 assignments. Each assignment is for 30 marks. The total internal assessment will be done on 60 marks. So that comprise the case study, essay, answers, presentations, and short project.
You just go back.
Would like to
go back. So you have your examination process consists of 2 assignments and a trimester end examination. So assignment 1 is 30 marks, assignment 2 is 30 marks, and trimester end examination is 100 marks, which is reduced to 40 marks. So you get 30, 30, 40, that is 100 marks, and then you get graded. So and it progresses in a sequential manner. So after 1 month, you have the first assignment. After 2 months, you have second assignment. And after about 4 months, you have the third component, which is the examination. So please be cognizant of this and alert. Also, your means of communication is not WhatsApp. Your means of communication is email. Please be very clear that you need to have a properly registered email with us, and we will communicate to that email ID. And if you're not getting emails, then please reach out to us immediately. The WhatsApp group is for dissemination of information from our side. It's not a kind of parliamentary, debating session or things like that, platform. And information officially comes to you by email. So stay alert and look at the email, emails which come from the School of Commerce and Management Studies, PG. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So it is important that you are required to attempt both the assignments for 60 marks. In case if you submit only one assignment, then you may end up having losing that 30
I
marks.
want to chip in. I want to chip in again. So folks, please pay attention to this a little carefully. What happens sometimes is people attempt assignment 1 and then do not do assignment 2. So in normal circumstances, if you look at this whole thing here, if you look at, say, assignment 1, 20 marks, assignment 2, 24 marks, and then third trimester, and then the term and exam, you got 80 marks. So that's reduced to 32 marks. So you got 20 plus 24 plus 32, you got a total of 76 marks. So sometimes, unfortunately, what happens, the student does assignment 1 and does not do assignment 2. So it gets recorded as a 0. And you will have 20 plus 0 plus say 32, which comes down to 56 marks. And then they come back later and say, can I resubmit an assignment? Unfortunately, in our system, that is not possible. So I would advise you to be very, very careful about how you tackle your assignments, because 60% of the marks go to assignments. And please be very, very cautious, because if you do one assignment, then the other assignment gets recorded as 0. If you don't do both assignments, both will get recorded as 0. Yeah, and of course, it's a failed grade straight away. So please be clear about some of these things. And also note that plagiarism is something important to us. Plagiarism is copying somebody else's work, passing it off as your own work, cutting, pasting, so on and so forth. No academic institution worth its salt and its name allows it. This is a serious offense. And it will sort of be dealt with seriously. You cannot copy somebody else's work. If you copy a classmate, please understand, all of you, sometimes you very generously lend your work to somebody else. Should it be found out, both will be graded as 0. And then you will sort of face further procedural action, whatever the university lays down. Copying somebody else's work is not allowed. Please internalize that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So all assignments are required to be submitted on LMS, and faculty will grade these assignments on LMS. And students are required to make the term and examination fees and the tuition fees before the commencement of the term and examination. In case if a student fails to appear in the regular exam, you have an opportunity to appear the makeup examination with an examination fee payment of 1,250 per paper. And this is something about the grading metrics. There is a delay in submission of assignments by 1 to 6 days. There will be a 10% reduction in your total grade, and if you exceed 14 days, there will be a reduction of 30% on your total grading. Students who delay over a month of period will not be eligible for grading. Every student is awarded degree in the ensuing convocation after fulfilling the program requirements. Transcripts will be awarded after every trimester and examination. The program validity will expire after 36 months. You have a total program validity of 36 months. So this is the grading scale, which would reflect on your transcripts related to your percentage and grading point. So this is a fee schedule that hope all of you have received the fee schedule for this program for this entire cycle. So kindly make these tuition fees according to the schedule. These details are also available on our website. The payment link is also made available. And this is something related to the additional fees. The department may conduct the academic workshops, and you may have a business simulation, and you have a facility of e-learning, e-books from this Engage Learning, and you may have to, it may be an additional fees of INR 10,000 maybe, requested to make
which is purely optional. Yeah,
yes,
this is not
optional,
mandatory.
and as and when the workshops are scheduled, we will keep you intimated, and accordingly you can take your choice.
You can make a choice if you want to attend, but we suggest that you sign up for things like the repository of books and so on and so forth. If you're getting 15 or 1,000 books at 3K per year, I think you should just jump at it. Yeah.
You can also have an option of repeating the term by paying an additional fees of 43,000. And there is an additional fee of 50,000 in case if you opt for a dual specialization. A maximum of two specialization is allowed for the entire course. Please note our contact details for your communications. All our email IDs and contact details are given here. I will also make this slide available on the LMS by Monday. You're also encouraged to register the Coursera courses. I think Dean will update you in detail during the course for the other Data IQ, NASCOM, and UPath courses in detail. So that's about it, sir. And if anybody has any queries or questions, you can ask, and we will be able to help you out to understand your queries and clarifications.
So Mr. Manjunath PS has asked a question. What is the mode of communication with the faculty? You can write to them by email. All email IDs are shared, or you can sort of call them within office hours. Please do not set up, things like we're not a corporate, so don't send Outlook calendar invites and so on and so forth. The faculty is not going to turn up. Yeah, and you will have to either send them an email. You can send them a WhatsApp message, fix a time when you can converse with them, and then take it forward. Presentation, of course, will be shared with you. Of course, it will be sent to you, no problem. Do you have offline classes from this week? Yes, you have offline classes from this week, Sarah Taliat. So please make yourself available to come and attend. I don't see any other questions. Who is this W12068? What is your name, my friend? I'm sure you're not been named as W12068. By Reddy from Bueller. Yes, Mr. Reddy, what is your question? The question is, do you get study materials like what we just now told you that you can get access to 17,000 books, in fact, by paying 3,000 rupees and getting a Cengage subscription. Otherwise, we have several e-copies which will be shared with you. Case studies from, say, Harvard, INSEAD, Stanford, and all this stuff will be made available by the professor. Readings. All these are for internal class discussion. That means they cannot be shared with your friends, relatives, and so on and so forth. Anything shared with you in the classroom is strictly for classroom dissemination, discussion, and education. It can't be shared in the outside world or can't be used by you for commercial purposes. So let's be very clear about that. Also, please feel free to go and buy hard copy textbooks. They're all available on Amazon and so on and so forth. You can spend a little bit of money. For example, if you can get a top class latest edition textbook on Robbins for about 600-700 rupees on Amazon, please feel free to go and buy them. And I'm sure it will work well for you. You can note down these numbers basically of our support staff. That is Professor V.V. Rajan, who runs the entire operations, along with Mr. Arvind, who just spoke to you just now. Malti Madam is our manager student services. And Mr. Mohammed Imtiaz is our virtual classroom expert. Also, please be aware that you need to contact them within office hours. Just because you are awake at 11 o'clock in the night does not mean they are awake and they are waiting to serve you. So please be respectful. Please contact them nicely, and I'm sure they can be of great assistance and help you to make your progress through this program very, very smooth. Okay, let me see, any other questions are there?
All queries can be forwarded to we1@dsu.edu.in, and
So
Yogesh Chetri, we don't live in a world where everything is free, my friend. The Cengage subscription lasts for 1 year, 3 years. You can feel free to keep renewing it, and you will get access to it for lifelong. Lifelong, if you pay 3,000 rupees per year, unless Cengage, which is an international publisher, revises their fee, you will get lifelong access. Otherwise, it is 3,000 rupees per year. Yeah, you don't have to make a big fuss about it. You don't have to participate in anything. You don't have to. You can pay your 2,25,000 and take what comes with it. Nothing was promised otherwise. Yeah, there are, however, workshops. There are programs. The university has to pay resources. Have to pay faculty. If you are interested in participating and getting a certificate, you participate. Otherwise, feel free to go on your way and do the executive MBA program. Books are expensive. We have whatever books have not been promised at any time. So if you want books, you pay for it. Yes, you can. Manoj, you will get a library access. You can come to the library. We have also got some e-copies from the library, which you can access. We are a member of something called as EBSCO. That is a repository of journals, top class journals published. You can sort of talk to our support staff, and you can then access them. And you can make use of them, readings and additional. But otherwise, there is a lot of material which floats around. Always this question comes up, I want this, I want that. Nobody reads anything after that. So they're barely able to read the assignments. So when we'll come to that, we'll come to that. But if you want to read, please feel free. We will make the library accessible to you. A dress code for offline class, yes, of course. Smart casuals are what is called for. We do not shorts, round neck t-shirts, and so on and so forth are not appreciated. Classroom. So Saif Ali, if you're asking me this question, does the program degree have validity now? I have no answer to give you. As far as we are concerned, yes. And if you feel otherwise, you can go on your way, please. You can sort of, if you have questions like this at this point in time, I encourage you to sort of drop out, get your fee refund, and move on. I'm very clear about it, Saif Ali. Yes, Paulami, you can come to the library and take books. So what is your question? Yes, the program has a validity of 36 months. Yes. That is, you can finish your degree. You can finish the degree program in 36 months. Yes. You can further take another 12 months and do it in 48 months by paying a certain amount of fee. And you can sort of extend it. But 36 months is ample time, and you can attendance cutoff. Generally, we have a 50% attendance. We encourage you to, we understand that all of you are working professionals, but we expect you to at least attend 50% of the time. Yeah, you can get a bona fide letter from me, Chandan. I don't take care of ID cards. And I can, if you want an ID card, I can push for it for whatever reason you want. But otherwise, you can, once you register and get a USN number, I can give you a letter that you have this USN number and you are part of the university. Yeah, you can, of course. We have some flexibility. You can sort of attend online classes. You can also take recorded sessions. You can do all that. But of course, our mode of attendance is classroom. We encourage you to come to the classroom, please. Any college trips, we can do that, Sheshasai. All that we'll have to figure out what it costs. And so for example, our MBA students just now went on our outbound program. They went on a program for a 2-day boot camp, military style boot camp. we can organize it. It is not after due discussion. Yes. Arvind, can you stop sharing the screen, please? So you will get a timetable, Chandan, you will get a timetable from Professor Rajan, and you can sort of follow the timetable. Yeah. Kalyani, that's what you paid us for, to attend classes. So I would say, yeah, please do attend. I don't see any further questions. You will get an email. We have various, I encourage you to, before the program starts on next Saturday, I encourage all of you to go and visit the website and look at our website thoroughly, familiarize yourselves, look at the frequently asked questions, be very clear by what this program is about, and don't return later and say somebody told me this, that, and the other. All of us are adults here. We understand what it is, and we have given you a 1 week, understanding of the program period for you to make a decision. So please feel free and reach out to us if you want some further information. We will also share this PPT with you. And I repeat once again, go to the website, go to the frequently asked questions, familiarize yourself, look at the program architecture, look at the faculty, look at our various offerings. And, I wish you a wonderful journey with Dayanand Sagar University and our faculty and all our professors. And I'm sure you will have a fruitful journey. Super. Then let's kind of wind up then, if that is it. Yeah, Mohammed, Imtiaz, can we sort of wind up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and Professor Rajan sends you his best wishes, as do our other professors. And yeah, thank you very much for attending. It's been great meeting all of you. And I look forward to meeting you next Saturday. We will start off with my session on organization theory. So please do come.